You're not good enough. I want to emphasize that for everyone out there. And this is with a great love and adoration for George Payton and Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos. You are not good enough on the offensive side of the ball yet.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. And when you're dealing with joint pain, you don't want just guesswork. You want a real plan. And that's why I send people to Regen RX in Denver. Their professionalism is on another level, guys. The moment you walk through those doors, they're going to sit you down and break everything down for you. Maybe it's the Wharton's jelly to support the joint. Maybe it's the shockwave therapy to wake that blood flow back up. Whatever the case may be, they're going to sit you down, like I said, map it out step by step. And they're not going to just treat you once and disappear. No, not at Regen RX. At Regen RX, they even built a 6-month booster to help keep your results feeling strong. And that's how you know they're serious about long-term performance. But here's the part that everybody loves the most. The consultation is completely free. You heard me, it's free. No risk, no commitment, just real answers. So if you're dealing with degenerative joints or pain that's slowing you down, this is your chance to see if their treatments can work for you. Look, if joint pain is still in that explosiveness, your confidence, your ability to keep up with your kids, stop pushing through it. Your quality of life matters. You matter. So give my guys at Regen RX a call today at 303-630-9770 for your free consultation, or visit them online at regenrx.co. Again, that's regenrx.co. Invest in your future self and let them know that Phillip Lindsay sent you.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait, and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hello, Colorado. It's David Szymanski with U.S. Mortgages, and we're celebrating 30 years. Make 2026 your best year ever. Eliminate all your high-interest debts, saving you $500 to $1,000 or more every month. Worried about approval? We have recently expanded our guidelines to help even more people qualify. If you've been told no, we can help say yes with bank statement loans, asset-based loans, non-traditional credit, debt to incomes over 50%, loan to values up to 95%, and more. At U.S. Mortgages, you don't need perfect credit either. We help down to a 580 score and even lower case by case. Call now to get a no-risk, no-obligation quote from a BBB A+ rated lender, and also get our exclusive lowest rate for life. Our number says it all, 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE, or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. Equal housing lender. License 392126.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 1043 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan. Denver Sports 1043 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Wednesday, March 11th, on a gorgeous day here in Colorado. What up, Phil?
Woo! What's going on? It's Wednesday, hump day.
Hump day.
So we're going to hump our way through this day.
Let's get it.
And you know what? It is a beautiful day, but I will have to say this.
A little chilly.
It is chilly.
But I like it.
It's a sharp chill to it. And I just wanted to make its mind up, just like the Denver Nuggets. Just make your mind up. Who are you guys going to be on a daily basis with this weather? You have 50 degrees today, 60 yesterday. Next week it's going to be 80. I'm not complaining.
But you kind of are.
But
Phil, move to San Diego. Seriously, just
too expensive.
Just move to San Diego. Get the Colorado kid out of Colorado.
Run me out of here.
Oh my gosh. How
you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. We have a fun show today. I know we were gonna sequence into something else, but we went a little long, and I want to make sure it has its proper time.
Yeah.
And I do just want to talk just a little bit more about what happened last night and how look, in my opinion. Okay, so let me make this clear. I like Bam Adebayo. I do. He's had a great career.
Good player. Doesn't talk too much. Clean
No,
player.
no.
He's that blue chip, blue collar type of guy that you want on your team.
Yes, he is an Olympian. He's played for Team USA, I think twice now, I want to say, in the Olympic Games. I'm a fan. I truly am. I've watched him since he was at Kentucky. He's had a fantastic career. Great defender. He's always on the All-NBA defensive team. He's a 3-time All-Star.
But
what happened last night, man, it messed with the competitive fabric that is sport. That wasn't sports what happened last night. Truly. And I legit, if he scored 77 points, I don't think I'd want to talk about this. I'm like, congratulations.
Yeah,
that was
let's move on.
insane. It's an all-time performance. But the fact that he did pass Kobe, it just bothers me a little bit. It does. I'm just going to be honest and just show my cards. I'm just going to show my cards. It bothers me a little bit.
I thought I was the only one. I was hating a little bit, and it's not because of Bam. It's because it's Kobe Bryant. But also, it was the way it was done.
Yes.
And you went and explained it, and if you want to explain it again, I'm all ears. We have listeners coming and going, but it was just bull crap that the way it was done and presented, where he got to the 83 points, but it wasn't organic. It was forced.
It was majorly forced. It was the most forceful thing I've seen on a basketball court since Ricky Davis was 1 rebound shy of a triple-double, inbounded the basketball 94 feet away from the hoop he was trying to score at, and took the ball and popped it off his own basket.
Oh, come on.
His own basket that the other team was trying to score on.
Yeah.
He popped it off and gathered a rebound. Now, the NBA came in retroactively and said, absolutely not, and they stripped him of a rebound, and that triple-double didn't count. Bob Sura. Who remembers the name Bob Sura? This is going way back. He was 1 rebound shy of a triple-double. He was on the breakaway, purposely missed a layup to gather his own rebound. That's less egregious than the Ricky one, but still egregious. You don't purposefully try to sabotage yourself so you can stat pad. That's the definition of stat padding. But what happened last night, this side of Ricky Davis and Bob Sura from 25 years and 30 years ago, it was over the top. You're challenging, you're up 100, you're up 20 or whatever it was. There's less than 5 minutes left. You're challenging calls. You're when they started intentionally fouling the other team to get the ball back in Bam's hands. When you're purposefully missing free throws, again, you turn what sports is on its head. And I have so much respect for Bam Adebayo and the Miami Heat organization of all organizations, and Eric Spoelstra.
Yes.
I just look at it, I'm like, man, you guys really, because I'm a basketball fan. I'm a fan of the game more than any team or player, and I've said that for years, okay? As a fan of the game, you disappointed me as a basketball fan. And I don't, for you to score 83 points and you shot under 50%, that should be impossible. But going to the free throw line, 43 free throw attempts, like you think it would be fun to be at that game, but actually sitting through the 2.5 hours,
that's
free throw
grueling.
after free throw after free throw after free throw, it's just so inorganic. I don't respect it. A lot of respect for Bam and Spoelstra and the Heat. I don't respect what happened last night.
And even for Bam, I guarantee he wakes up the next morning today and says, you know what? Was it truly organic or did we force it? Of course we forced it. Am I actually happy that this happened? If I'm Bam, I'm not happy. I'm going to take the 83 points. But Kobe did it a different way.
Way different.
Kobe went to the line 20 times.
20.
Come on, Kobe was shooting. All right, and he was above 50% if I'm correct.
Yes. Oh my gosh, he was above 60. That's how you score 80. Is you have like the night of your life. That's not the night of your life. You scored 83 and you missed more shots than you took from the field. That is, you shouldn't feel good about that.
No.
My son is starting to, he's 7 and he is we'll be playing. We're playing Guess Who. Okay,
I love Guess Who.
Guess Who, and you know what we got him for Christmas? Guess Who NFL version. Right,
That's
so
fun.
the old school, it's like you're looking for like a librarian or police officer or something like that. It's like, so you're like, do they have long hair? Do they have white skin? Do they right?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what my son said now. Is he white? Right? No.
Yes. So we have the NFL version. It's so cool. It's so fun.
Yeah.
But it was me and him against my wife and my daughter, and he's trying to cheat. He says, I want to give you a hug, Mama. Can I give you a hug? I said, yes, bud. He goes over, gives her a hug, because he's trying to get behind their board to see if it's like Travis Kelce or Amon-Ra St. Brown, right? And I'm like talking to him like, dude, say you did do that, and we won right now. Like, would you feel good about that? Like, you don't want to cheat. Like, you don't feel good. That feels hollow. Oh, and I'm just trying to talk to him, right? Like, with reflection, Bam can't feel good about scoring 83 points when you shot under 50%.
No.
Come on, man. Come on.
So we're supposed to praise it today. He passed Kobe Bryant. Yeah, right.
No.
He didn't pass it in my eyes.
No, me either. All right. Shifting gears. There's plenty of hype surrounding the Broncos' potential drafting of Oregon tight end Kenyan Sadiq. But one little thing isn't being mentioned enough in these conversations, and I'll shine some light on it next.
Tournament time is here, and so is your shot at $5,000. Head to DenverSports.com/bracket to enter our 5K Bracket Challenge, presented by Bryant, Colorado. Think you can pick the perfect bracket? Prove it, but don't wait. Entries close before tip-off on March 19th. That's DenverSports.com/bracket. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here on behalf of the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to you men out there. Hey, think back for a second. When did you stop feeling like your old self? It probably wasn't some big moment, all right? Low testosterone doesn't work that way. Starting in your early to mid-30s, you lose some of that production, 2 to 3% but every year, but then the years stack up. And the next thing you know, you just don't feel like your old self. You have low energy, you have lack of focus, brain fog, confidence, not enough energy in the bedroom. Guys, that's all classic signs of low T. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic they are experts in low testosterone, guys. They've treated tens of thousands of men across Colorado. Now they offer 4 targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more to help men lose weight, support metabolism, and improve gains in the gym. If you're wondering if you're suffering from low testosterone, go take that low T quiz. Takes you less than 2 minutes, guys. 10 questions, yes or no. From there, you can schedule a consult, though. The first visit is just $99. It includes a medical consult, a T and PSA test, and if you sign up for testosterone treatment the day of that appointment, your visit's free. All right, so call them, 720-440-7900, or visit them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Colorado families, planning your next getaway just got easier. Explore real RVs, compare bunks, kitchens, storage, and layouts all in one place. The Great American RV Show, March 12th through the 14th at the Colorado Convention Center. Tickets just $12 online at greatamericanrv.show. Family adventures start here.
I'm Rob Wilhite. For almost 50 years, Colorado has trusted the Wilhite Law Firm after serious car accidents. With over $1 billion recovered, we know how to win for our community. Injured? Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com. That's WilhiteWins.com.
Spring weather is unpredictable. You never know which way you'll be adjusting your thermostat unless you have the right windows. And that's why with WindowNation.com, you can count on your home being comfortable regardless of the weather. Their windows are customizable and energy efficient. Expert installers take just one day, and Window Nation products are backed by a lifetime warranty. There's no better time to upgrade with Window Nation. In March, the more you buy, the more you could save. Up to 50% off all window styles. Visit windownation.com for your free consultation today.
You can't always predict what's next, but you can be ready for it in a BMW SUV. The performance-driven X1 comes built for every journey, while the X3's sporty design and innovative technology keep your drive connected. The X5 blends performance with a commanding presence, or make it even bigger with 3 rows of luxurious seating in the X7. For every road, there's an X built to drive it. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Still haven't filed your taxes? Hey, you're not the only one. A lot of good people fall behind. But here's the thing. The longer you wait, the harder the IRS can hit back. Penalties stack up. Interest piles on. The letters get more aggressive. None of it magically disappears. It's why I always tell folks, call my friends at Advanced Tax Solutions. These are not generalists. They don't dabble in tax problems. They live in this world. Resolving IRS issues is all they do. Maybe you're 1 year behind. Maybe you're 10. Maybe you've got unfiled returns, wage garnishments, bank levies, or you're just losing sleep wondering what the IRS is going to do next. Their licensed tax professionals can step in fast, talk to the IRS for you, stop the stress, and start putting a real plan in place. And listen, waiting never makes it better. Every day you delay is another day the IRS gets to tighten the screws. One quick call to Advanced Tax Solutions, that could be the start of a quick resolution. So take control of your tax situation before the IRS does. Reach out to Advanced Tax Solutions today and breathe again.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
It's the College Hoops Showdown, wall-to-wall basketball, and zero time to mess with your lawn. At Waterloo Turf, they help Denver homeowners trade yard work for game time. No mowing, no watering, no mud on game day. Just a green championship-level lawn all season long. Perfect for watch parties, pets, and backyard hoops. From backyards to putting greens, Waterloo Turf installs premium artificial turf built for Colorado. Visit waterlooturf.com/Denver and book your free consultation. Waterloo Turf, get your Saturdays back, and don't miss the buzzer.
Woodley's Fine Furniture, specializing in custom upholstery, solid wood, and the most comfortable leather furniture imaginable. You will not find better built furniture than at Woodley's. Visit woodleys.com today.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces Fresno State with pregame starting at 6:30.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, so there's a lot of conversation surrounding the Broncos potentially drafting Oregon tight end Kenyan Sadiq. One thing is not being mentioned at all in these conversations. We'll get to it here in just a second. First, Adam McAndrew. You could be heading to Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world thanks to 303 Law 4040. Call us back within the next 10 minutes at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the Superfan Send-Off Grand Prize, a pair of 2-night tickets to the event, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Las Vegas, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. Adam McAndrew. Call us now at 303-713-1043. If you haven't already signed up, there's still time. Head to denversports.com/superfan and make sure to listen weekdays every hour between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to hear if your name is called. All right, so we've talked about Kenyan Sadiq. We talked about him maybe like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Someone had a mock to the Broncos, didn't they?
Yeah, they had a mock to the Broncos. I don't know who exactly it was. And this was before the combine even started.
Correct.
And so it was like, okay, get to know Kenyan Sadiq, get to know a guy that's played his football at Oregon. He kind of crossed paths with Bo Nix, although he was younger. Kenyan Sadiq, that is, was younger than Bo.
Yep.
And I think he was a freshman when he first got there, and
Correct.
Bo was
Yep,
leaving.
I believe so.
And so it's like, okay, let's dive deep into him. And now everybody's on board for Kenyan Sadiq. Let's trade up to get this man, Z. That's what people are saying. They're willing to do that. What's going on?
So, look, Kenyan Sadiq, and it's important to note that post-combine, his draft stock is going to the moon. He basically had like a Vernon Davis-esque NFL combine where it's just an eye-popping athlete that you're like, holy smokes, this is so rare. This size, this speed, this vertical ability.
See, the man ran a 4.39.
It's insane.
At 245 pounds, 6'3", he jumped out of this world with a 43.5, so 43.5 vert.
That's insane.
All right, jumping, I think, over 11 foot with the broad jump. I mean, the man has everything. All right, he has everything. What more can he do for you? He can paint the back porch. He can take your dog on a walk. He can run as fast as Flash. What more do you want, Z?
So I'm glad you asked. And let me just be clear. So I wanted to have this conversation anyway. We had it planned for yesterday, but we just get caught up and move stuff and bump stuff to the next day. And I wanted to have it yesterday because I was listening to our morning show, and Mark took a deep dive into Kenyan Sadiq. And shared some stuff, and it's, when Mark does a dive, like, I'm always going to pick up something. I'm going to learn something. He's really good at that. And I indeed learned something about Kenyan Sadiq yesterday morning. But what deserves to be mentioned in those conversations, and let me also be clear, I'm not anti-Kenyan Sadiq. If he was there at 30, I'd take him. But there's something being left out of these conversations, and it's kind of important.
All right.
Kenyan Sadiq didn't produce at Oregon.
What are you talking about? Then where did he produce at? Where was he at? It had to be Oregon.
Kenyan Sadiq did not produce at Oregon, okay? Buckle up for this. Kenyan Sadiq was 40 yards a game in his final season. 40, Phil. There have been 29 tight ends taken in the first round since the year 2000. 26 of the 29 produced more than 40 yards a game. That means only 3 first-round tight ends in the last 2.5 decades have been less productive than Kenyan Sadiq was this past year. Here's the other thing. Kenyan Sadiq was not the best tight end on his team. The longer the season went, Kenyan Sadiq was completely overtaken in his own room by Jamari Johnson, who was a sophomore and is just a better player than Kenyan Sadiq. Now, Sadiq's a better prospect.
Yeah.
But that is where I'm at with Kenyan Sadiq. He's more prospect than player right now. Now, he may end up going to the Hall of Fame. He may be just a great developmental story and ultimately be an all-pro and be.
Well, that's what I look at it as.
Sure.
If he lands to us in the third round because of some of the information.
Third round?
Or a first round, I'm sorry. With some of the information you've already talked about and you're going to go deeper into it, and he falls to us, I'm with you. Let's pick him up. He's a developmental first-round draft pick. that can sit behind Evan Ingram, Adam Trotman, and do just what he needs to do. He doesn't have to go and block for you and understand the scheme when it comes to blocking and catching. He could just do one thing that year and get better from there. So, like, if that's possible, then I'm willing to pick him up at 30th overall in the first round.
Me too. And I'm glad you said that, because I just watched Peyton Watson get drafted in the first round of the NBA draft, averaging 3 points a game. Dude's averaging 15 points a game in the NBA. So I'm not saying like don't draft Kenyan Sadiq, but what I am saying is he's more prospect than player. When you are at Oregon and you line up basically 9 out of 13 times this year, if not 13 out of 13, because how many five-star kids did they have?
Oh, they had a boatload.
Yeah. How many 4-stars? I think the number was 47. So every time Oregon takes the field, nearly every time, they have more talent than the team across from them.
That's a fact.
For Kenyan Sadiq in that offense to average 40 yards a game and only 3 first-round tight ends since the year 2000 be less productive than Kenyan Sadiq, if it's not alarming, it deserves to be mentioned. It needs to be part of this conversation, okay? The fact that Jamari Johnson completely overtook him down the stretch of the year, I think is hyper-relevant because he lost favor amongst his own team as the games got more important. How many 100-yard games do you think Kenyan Sadiq had in his career at Oregon? This generational prospect.
I'm just going to go and guess 2.
0 100-yard games. What's also alarming to me is he did not have a play at Oregon. This type of prospect in that offense, demolishing teams the way that they do, never had a play longer than 30 yards. The longest play of the year was 30 yards in a 56-10 win over Rutgers. Comparatively, Jamari Johnson in his own room at Oregon had 4 plays longer than 30 yards. In the 3 most important games of the year in the college football playoff, this generational prospect had 19 yards, 22 yards, and 29 yards. And he's being comped to guys like Brock Bowers and Tyler Warren.
Yeah, you can't. We got to stop doing that.
I can just help you. Brock Bowers at Georgia, 882 yards his first year, 942 yards his second year. His third year, he missed 4 games and was still almost 750 yards, over 30 touchdowns at Oregon, at Georgia, over 31. Tyler Warren, his last year at Penn State, 104 catches for over 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. Colston Loveland, his last year at Michigan, he missed 3 games and he was almost 600 yards at 58 yards a game. Kenyan Sadiq, as tantalizing of a prospect that he is, was not productive in college and is more prospect than player. Again, he may go to the Hall of Fame. But I watched him at Oregon, and there's a handful of plays you can point to. It's like, wow. But on a down-to-down basis, there was he just wasn't productive. And if you're talking about, because if he's there at 30, let me just say this, he's not going to be there at 30. He might not be there at 13.
But after what you just said right there, those scouts, everybody that's doing their homework, they're not dumb. There could be a possibility that he's there at 30 or close to 30. And if he's close to 30, I'm okay with moving up maybe 4 or 5 slots to get this guy a prospect that can sit behind Evan Ingram and Adam Trotman and grow and develop the right way. He's a developmental first-round draft pick.
Sure.
And I'm all for that because of what the Denver Broncos have right now. Of course, we need another tight end to go with the tight end room that we already have. But a bunch of holes have already been filled, and we brought back a lot of our guys. Actually, everybody that left this year are coming back. Even our boy Lucas Kroll, who just signed back to the Denver Broncos. So this tight end room is going to be the same. So go ahead and draft a developmental tight end like Sadiq that has the tangibles, that has the speed, the strength, and maybe you just put him out there to do receiver work. I'm okay with that. And maybe it helps that we're listing all this because other teams are doing their homework saying, hey, he may not be as good as people are thinking, and we're going to not take him and we're going to go somewhere else, which now can help us land someone like Kenyan Sadiq.
If it was talking about moving up 3 or 4 spots for him, I'm A-okay with that.
That's it.
But in the conversation I was listening to yesterday morning, they're talking about, hey, like move into the top half of the first round. It's like then you're talking about an additional first-round pick for someone who didn't produce in college. I don't know. And I get and I'll use the same word. He is a tantalizing prospect. But unfortunately, after his career at Oregon, that's what he is. He's a prospect. He's more prospect than player.
And I know we got Goalie, but I have one more stat for you.
Yeah.
That I don't know if you got to. But last year in 2025, his catching, all right, very inconsistent. All right, he had a 10.5% drop rate in 2025.
Ooh.
So he was dropping a lot of balls 2025, this year that he was just in.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's something to keep on your radar.
Good. Again, I would take him. I would take him here in Denver. I would take him at 30. I'd move up 4 or 5 spots, you said. But if you're talking about like packaging picks in next year's draft and for someone who didn't produce in college, man, I get scared off with that. Okay, the Avs were served a slice of humble pie last night with a sprinkle of controversy on top. That's next.
Does Sean Payton still have a major role to fill on offense?
No! Running it back at the running back position was not good enough. It's not the answer. This team is not good enough at running the ball, and even with J.K. Dobbins back in the fold, he's a top 5 back when he's healthy. He's going to miss half of the time, if not more, with this contract.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors. Guys, we've had the driest winter in decades. Protect your home with fire-resistant, non-combustible, low-maintenance upgrades built to handle Colorado's extreme weather. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
At Common Spirit Health, we don't just see a cancer diagnosis. We see you, and you don't have to do this alone. We believe you should be surrounded by your people, so you can keep them close while you get care close to home. Supported by our care team from diagnosis to treatment and beyond, and strengthened by treatment tailored to you. Because there's no one-size-fits-all approach to cancer care. Find cancer care with human kindness close to you at mountain.commonspirit.org.
Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, Friday through Sunday, National Western Complex. Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, Friday through Sunday, National Western Complex. 18-month interest-free financing. Our factories have demanded we sell 1,000 hot tubs and swim spas this weekend. National Western Complex. Huge factory incentives, factory rebates, this weekend only. National Western Complex. We can remove your old hot tub. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Deep, deep discounts. National Western Complex. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Just relax and enjoy. National Western Complex. Friday, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Free admission, free parking, free delivery. National Western Complex. Call 833-SPA-SALE or visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, 2-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health.
Score big. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle, but now I see the world perfectly near and far without any glasses thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision, RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan, powered by Waterloo Turf Denver. Get your Saturdays back.
Want real Broncos talk? Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue today. The most passionate, intelligent, and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
So last night, the Avs were served a slice of humble pie with a sprinkle of controversy on top.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, oh man. Hey, real quick, guys, tournament time is here, and so is your shot at $5,000. Head to denversports.com/hoops to enter our 5K bracket challenge presented by Bryant, Colorado. Think you can pick the perfect bracket? Prove it. But don't wait. Entries close before tip-off on March 19th. That's denversports.com/bracket. Okay. Phil, the Avs last night, they had their 5-game win streak snapped. They lose 4-3, just the 12th regulation loss all season long. They're not going to win them all, but the fact that there was some controversy sprinkled on top of it made it maybe just a little bit harder of a pill to swallow, honestly.
So let's go with that. Let's go with the Nathan McKinnon being ejected. Let's start with that. How'd you feel about what happened there? Because when I'm looking at the plays, Nate Dogg runs into the goalie. Not his fault. It's not like he wanted to do it and he was doing it in a malicious way. It happens. Goalie gets hurt. He's ejected. I don't believe that he should have been ejected. I believe that you slap a little penalty on him. He's in the penalty box for 2 minutes, and then you let him free. What's your take on it?
Yeah, very, very similar. Look, if goalie interference, right? 2-minute minor. You could give pushback on that, but that just is what it is. But there is no way, and I don't even think this is it shouldn't even be controversial. Nathan McKinnon did not slam into Connor Ingram by his own volition. That's not what happened. I mean, he was thrust into Ingram by the defender. And the fact that the goaltender got hurt, Ingram got hurt, I think was sort of like the compass for the decision-making. And that's letting the results dictate the punishment, not the process of what actually happened. So, yeah, I thought it was a bad call, and the fact that he gets tossed from the game, for the first time in 931 games in his career, McKinnon is...
You know what? He needed one of those. He needed to have that bad boy moment. Get tossed out the game. Hell, I did.
I mean, if you're going to do it, then let it be a bad boy moment.
For sure.
That was not a bad boy moment.
For sure.
That was not... That's just not McKinnon. And we know that. It was ticky-tack. So I just don't and again, hockey does that sometimes. It's it's a 2-minute penalty, but if there's a drop of blood, it's 4. It's hold on, that's not my favorite because you're letting the result retroactively dictate the process of what happened. So yeah, I didn't like it at all, and I think it's safe to say it had a direct impact on the game, and you got people tuning in around the country on a national broadcast wanting to see Connor McDavid and Nathan McKinnon share the same sheet of ice, and unfortunately that didn't happen for all 60 minutes.
See, that's the thing right there. Two superstars going at it, like Jokic and SGA. You want to watch that game for those two, and you took that away from everybody for a ticky-tack call. Now, with that being said, the Avs had multiple opportunities to win that game.
Sure.
But when you look at what the Avs did not do, they didn't do well on the penalty kill. And we talked about it last night.
Yep.
Stay out of that damn box.
Yep.
And if you do that, you have a chance.
In our game preview, I actually asked you, I said, Phil, what's your number one storyline to watch? And you said, stay out of the penalty box. We know the Avs have taken an inordinate amount of penalties since coming back from the Olympics. And your reasoning was, well, this is the best power play unit in the league. 33% of the time, that little piece of rubber ends up behind the goaltender when they play with a man up. And that was part and parcel what the storyline of the game turned out to be. 2 power play goals in 4 opportunities. I will say this, they killed off the 5-minute major, though. They killed off the misconduct and then got themselves in trouble once again. And you give the Oilers 4 opportunities at it. It's not shocking when they score on 2 of them and you lose by 1, and that's part of the game. Now the Avs did score on the power play, which was encouraging. But yeah, your number one key to the game yesterday turned out to be a huge theme of the contest.
And then also, Z, when you're watching that game, defense for the Avs were non-existent. It was non-existent on the blue line. And it's like, where are you guys at? It's just, all you see is Blackwood and a bunch of white ice. That's the issue. And you had the Oilers that were able to take advantage of those opportunities because the defensive players were out of position. So that's something that when you're looking at the Avs, since they have came back from the break, defense on the blue line has not been as sharp as it was at the beginning. Now, I understand when you look at the stats statistically, they're number 3. The Avs are number 3 on the blue line when it comes to the defense. But it has to be better. The power play has to be better. Special teams in general has to be better with the penalty kill. So that's something that I'm looking at down this stretch is like, can we get back on track? Injuries are starting to pile up on the Avs as well.
Yeah.
Colton going out after having a distance goal in 32 seconds to start the game. That was crazy. It was fun to watch that. And I said, okay, like they're off to a great start. They're setting the tone the right way.
Me too. And when they scored there, I'm like, okay, it's on.
Mm-hmm.
The last time these 2 teams played, the Avs won 9-1. And honestly, you got to give the Oilers credit. They played really well. Yeah. They really did. Real quick, on the penalty kill, we have to keep our eye on this. We've talked so much about the power play, all right? And if you look at just the raw stats on the season, you're looking at a top 5 unit.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're at right now, maybe 3, something like that.
Yeah, they're 3.
Oh, okay. Since the break, all right, they are now on the penalty kill, 23 of 32. That's 72% since the break. That's not good. So let's just keep our eye on that dynamic. Here was, real quick, actually, we'll get to a little bit later. I don't want to play something when we don't have enough time. You will hear from Jared Bednar a little bit later on his view of the McKinnon goalie interference, and he was just not happy with the officiating last night, and I would not have been either. That is for damn sure. Okay. A frontline free agent running back didn't work out for the Broncos. Could they add to the room via trade? We each have a name. Also, what are the year 2 expectations for J.K. Dobbins in Denver? That's all next.
Calling all wrestling fans. Now's your chance to win your way into the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money all included. It's the Superfan Send-Off, presented by 303 Law 4040. First, head to DenverSports.com/Superfan to register. Then tune in every hour to see if your name is called. If you hear your name, you have 10 minutes to call us back and be entered into the grand prize drawing. It's the Superfan Send-Off, presented by 303 Law 4040. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hello, Colorado. This is David Szymanski with U.S. Mortgages, the home of Yes, You're Approved. Have you wanted to purchase a home or refinance one and been told no due to high debt ratios, low credit scores, employment length, or any other options that most banks deny? Well, we've expanded our guidelines to allow no W-2s or tax return options. If you're finding it hard going a traditional route, you might just need an out-of-the-box lender. We can approve with bank statements only, asset depletion, DSCR, DTIs over 50%, and less than perfect credit is okay. Don't let fear or someone else's no stop you from saving money on a home you own or buying one. At U.S. Mortgages, we say yes. No upfront fees and no risk, and our number says it all. 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. Equal housing lender. License 392126.
Do you have at least 1 month worth of food in your pantry? If not, you should definitely go to mypatriotsupply.com right now. My Patriot Supply is America's #1 supplier of long-term storable food. They've helped over 3 million Americans get prepared. And for a limited time, when you order their best-selling 4-week food supply, you'll get an additional week of food absolutely free. There's no catch, but act fast because this offer ends soon. Claim your free emergency food kit now at mypatriotsupply.com. That's mypatriotsupply.com.
Here's the tale of Tina, searching up and down for decent GLP-1s, but got spun around.
Till Good RX wrote in, hey, we got something new. GLP-1 prescriptions, all FDA approved.
Brand name meds, no flags that are red.
Clear pricing from the start. None of those hidden fees in your cart.
Delivered to your door or pick up same day. Darn tootin'.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
I put it to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
Most people don't think about their garage door until it stops working. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. There's never a good time for your garage door to break, whether you're rushing to work or you're trying to get the kids to school. We know how much you rely on your garage door. That's why we offer same-day repairs, because life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Over 90,000 five-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage door is what we do, but making your life easier and your home safer is why we do it. Families trust us because we deliver, and we'd be honored to earn your trust too. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
Jacob's Law and 303 Law 4040. I want to tell you about one of the cases I'm most proud of. And it's not because the number is eye-popping, although it is. It's because the clients trusted us to get them justice, and we delivered for them. Our clients were a wonderful couple, weren't looking to get rich. In fact, they kept saying, Dan, we're not looking to set any records here. But they were seriously injured, and despite promising to take care of them, when it came time to do the right thing, the insurance companies played hardball. We set it for trial and wound up getting $8.5 million. Plus, my lovely wife, Kimberly, was able to get all of their medical bills wiped out, putting hundreds of thousands of extra dollars in the clients' pockets. We were proud to help because our clients were good-hearted people who deserved justice. We hope you never need us, but if you do, we are here to help at 303 Law 4040, where you always get to meet directly with me and my lovely wife, Kimberly. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. Imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids will grow, new memes will come out, but what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Thanks to Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most, that finds and fixes any issue before you even notice them. It's like super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from online threats. You get incredible gaming speeds on multiple devices and no one battling for bandwidth. For the next 5 years, all your devices will be working with perfect harmony, and you get our best equipment with no annual contracts, no fees, and no strings. So even though your kids grow up and you still don't understand 6-7, your internet will stay sharp, reliable, and most importantly, the price will stay put. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi, all with Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces Fresno State with pregame starting at 6:30.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Leading off with a big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. Hanging out with you on a Wednesday, March 11th. Appreciate you guys rocking with. Really fun first hour that flew by. We're just talking a little Avs there. We have the Denver Nuggets and the Houston Rockets tonight.
Tonight's the night.
I will be there. Cannot wait. And I was there on Thursday night. Quick turnaround back there tonight, and looking forward to taking all of that in.
Now you're going to be with the regular folk like you usually are, or are you going to the top?
I'm always a regular folk. I just may be sitting in a non-regular folk spot once in a great while.
Us peasants, we would love to be in your shoes.
Oh, my gosh. So I'll be there tonight. If you see me, say hello. Really looking forward to it. But I want to shift gears to Broncos. We'll get back to a game preview with Nuggets and Rockets because it's a big game. It's a really big game for the Western Conference standings.
Feels like a playoff game tonight.
It kind of does have that feel, Phil. But real quick, let's pass along some Broncos news. Lucas Kroll did just re-sign with the Broncos. You passed that along in the previous segment. So the Broncos tight end room is Evan Ingram.
Here we go.
Adam Troutman. Nate Atkins.
Let's go.
And Lucas Kroll.
Lucas Kroll, that's Cecil's boy, by the way.
That's Cecil's boy. So
we're truly running it back.
The run it back Broncos. There is no doubt about it. Is that annoying you? It's the same tight end room?
Yeah, I mean, as a fan, for sure. I want something different. I want something exciting. Now, if I'm Lucas Kroll and the boys, I'm excited, right? It's a room that you're comfortable with. You get your place. You get in where you fit in. You just went 14-3, so it's like, why are we gonna break this band up just yet? Well, I will say this: with a lot of the guys like Nate Atkins, Lucas Kroll, they still have to earn a spot on this team. Just because you're signing these contracts, guys, does not mean you're staying on the team for the year.
That's a good point.
You got to earn your spot, earn your right to be on that football field on Sunday. So they're still they're camp bodies. Lucas Kroll, he didn't do anything this year.
Nope.
So it's not like he's getting paid a bunch of money. So
I forgot Caleb Lohner's in the room too.
Caleb Lohner.
That's right.
He's not alone now.
He's
all his boys are back together.
The whole band is back.
And that man has to try to earn a spot too. So they're just bringing back guys that look like camp bodies right now that could make the team, that know the system, that they've seen in action before. So they're just doing a routine check, and they have their guys.
All right. Also, I'll pass along just because it just happened in the last couple minutes, and it's got serious Broncos ties. The Bradley Chubb, the Broncos' former 5th overall pick. Never heard the word generational used more than the selection of Bradley Chubb. And he has just agreed to a 3-year contract with the Buffalo Bills for $43.5 million, worth up to $53 million. 29 of that is guaranteed. So $29 million fully guaranteed to Bradley Chubb.
I don't get it, man. I don't get. And he was my teammate. But I don't get how these players, they don't have to be great anymore, and they can just get paid almost $100 million. Bradley Chubb was already paid over $100 million.
He was.
With the Miami Dolphins. The
Correct.
Dolphins decided to get rid of him because he wasn't doing his part. And he wasn't able to stay healthy like he wasn't able to stay healthy with the Denver Broncos.
Correct.
And yet now the Buffalo Bills, the great old Bills over there with Josh Allen, they're bringing him in and giving him 29 guaranteed, Z. You guys, over there in Buffalo, they're looking for a Super Bowl.
This is a classic Buffalo Bill signing. Just awful. Just awful. I'm not even, it's just, and it's nothing obviously personal against Bradley Chubb.
Oh, no.
But man, he has made so much money. Do you realize? So he got his first round contract with the Broncos.
Yep.
He signed the $100 million contract with the Miami Dolphins.
Correct.
And now he's signing a close to $50 million deal with the Buffalo Bills. He has yet to register his 50th career sack, and he came into the league in 2018, and he's heading into the 2026 season.
Hey, be a first-round draft pick. Be a first-round draft pick. If you're a first-round draft pick, there's a home for you no matter what.
Insanity.
No matter how bad you do that year, somebody else is going to pick you up and hand you a boatload of money. Crazy.
You know what his best year was, Bradley Chubbs?
With the Denver Broncos, my guess in his rookie year.
His rookie year.
And yet, my man's still getting paid $50 million to go out there and get 8 sacks.
Incredible. And that's what he did this past year, 8.5 sacks.
Make that make sense.
He had, beyond his rookie year, he has a 1 double-digit sack season.
Give me my helmet.
Crazy.
Give me my damn helmet.
Crazy. All right. I'm wondering, because the Broncos did not go after a frontline free agent running back.
Yeah.
Is there a running back that you think could potentially be had in a trade, Mr. Phillip Lindsay, if we're just thinking out of the box? And maybe this is totally fantasy football, but maybe not. So I'm curious who came to your mind, rather.
You know what? This is definitely not fantasy football. There's a reason that there are trades throughout the season. There's a reason why there's trades before the draft and during the draft. If the Denver Broncos want to get to a Super Bowl, they're going to have to stack up at the running back position. Why? Because J.K. Dobbins has not been able to stay healthy for a full season. When he's healthy, we know what he can do. R.J. Harvey, he's a good role player. He's not a bell cow back. So unless the Denver Broncos decide that they're going to draft a running back in the first 2 rounds and they're going to hit on him, they're going to. My guessing is they're going to have to trade for a running back, whether it's now or during the season. So I got 2 guys in mind, Z. I'm going to give you one right now, and it's the easiest one. The easiest one that you scoffed at.
I scoffed at it.
Is that the right word, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think so.
there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Who is this? Who are you going to say here?
You know who I'm going to say. I went to the airport and I was waiting on the man. He didn't show up just yet, but it's Alvin Kamara. All right, if I'm the Denver Broncos and I need a security blanket, an insurance running back, because that's what you're going for now, unless you're going for a younger one that you're going to pay money to, that's why you're trading him. I'm going for Alvin Kamara because he's been a part of this system. Cecil and everybody else seems to think that the system's not changing. Well, if that's the case, you plug and you play with Alvin Kamara. He knows what he has to do in this offense. He's great still out of the backfield. He can still do that. He can run in between the tackles. And we're not sitting here saying he's going to get 15, 20 carries a game. What we're saying is, hey, Alvin, you thought about retiring. That's what I've heard. All right, how about you come here to Denver, have an opportunity because you haven't won a Super Bowl yet. Have an opportunity to win a Super Bowl. We're not telling you have to be a starter. We're not telling you have to carry the ball 15, 20 times a game. All we're saying is we need you to go in there and be productive when we ask you to. If something happens to JK, which it has happened multiple times already, you can go in there, step in there, and be the number 1 back to still pair well with R.J. Harvey. And you're a vet that can help someone like R.J. Harvey in the pass game. Something that R.J. Harvey has done a good job of in his rookie years, catching out of the backfield. Well, he needs to add a little bit of flavor to catches now. I'm talking about R.J. Harvey, that is, when it comes to just not flare routes, not swing routes, but the choice route. All right, getting upfield, making a defender miss. All right, having a great route. That's what R.J. Harvey needs to work on to step his game up or take his game to another level as a pass-catching back. So Alvin Kamara would be the one that I'm going after. He signed a 2-year deal with the Saints. The Saints restructured his money, and now I think he's $1.5 million on the cap. So they gave him $10 million up front and a signing bonus. If he comes here, we can do the exact same thing with Alvin Kamara. We can give him a signing bonus and take his contract down if he still has a bunch of money on it. And we go from there. Simple. Don't worry. Just be happy. Simple.
Well, I know you're not the first person to suggest this, and I'm not saying that there's no merit to it at all, because there is. I would say no thank you. Now, maybe if he gets cut and you can bring him into camp and see what he's got, like Jamal Charles, just like take a look. Is there anything left? No, I actually think they mishandled that years ago with Jamal Charles, just to be honest with you. I think that was 2017, I want to say.
Oh, Jamal, man. I got to know Jamal real well.
Is that right?
He's actually a good dude. Good dude. He told me that the Broncos kind of screwed him over a little bit when he got there and promised him some stuff that wasn't
that's what I saw.
given to him.
This is going ancient history.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like almost 10 years ago. But anyway, so if you wanted to bring him in and see if there's juice left in those legs, I mean, he's got almost 1,674 carries on the ground. Another
He's seasoned.
600 plus. That's one word for it. He's seasoned.
He's seasoned.
More than 600 catches. And so, look, he's been a great player, obviously. I mean, truly like a unique player down there in New Orleans. But
Sean loves his guys.
He does. He does. I would say he represents more the past than the present. So I would say no thank you. Who else you got?
The next one. All right, we're training for somebody big. He used to be the Denver Bronco killer. And I'll never forget being in the stadium, Oakland, Bay Area, everybody going crazy. You know, they like to shake the dreads if you have dreads. All right, you wanted some dreads back in the day, Z, right?
I probably did. I don't remember, but I probably did.
And the name was Josh Jacobs. And if you remember 2018, 19, because we had Joe Flacco, Josh Jacobs went crazy on us in his first game as a Oakland Raider.
Yeah.
Oakland at the time.
He has had Denver's number for years.
And it started that night. Now, you have Josh Jacobs, who's with the Green Bay Packers. He was banged up this year. He has a hefty contract, but like I said with Alvin Kamara, you can bring him here, restructure the deal, give him some money up front with a signing bonus. We have that type of money with Greg Penner. It's easy to sign checks with signing bonus because it's just money. It's loose money. You don't have to worry about the cap. All right, Josh Jacobs has only been in the league for, I want to say, 5, maybe 6 years. I think he's going on year 7.
Yeah.
Year 7. So he still has something left in the tank. You're not telling this man he needs to be the bell cow back all the time because you still have J.K. Dobbins. But you mix Josh Jacobs with J.K. Dobbins and a little bit of R.J. Harvey, who's the pet cat, and that's coming from our guy, general manager George Payton. I mean, that's a great room right there. Now, Green Bay, what I've heard before is they may be willing to will and deal him. I don't know if they're going to do it now during the draft or maybe throughout the season, but Josh Jacobs would be a great addition here with the Denver Broncos room, and he's a bona fide starter still. He still has some left in the tank. He's still young.
Yeah, 4 yards a carry this past year. Would have been a 1,000-yard guy. He missed 2 games, ended up with 929.
Yeah.
He was 4.5 yards a carry in 2024. He was really good in 24.
And he broke a long one on us this year, if you remember.
Yes.
Coming off that injury.
Correct.
So,
good memory. He was over 1,300 yards in the 2024 season, over 1,600 yards in the 2022 season. I would be open to that kind of trade. 28 years old, still something in the tank there. It appears anyway. So I like that one. I like that one a lot more than Alvin Kamara. We'll see. Like that's just a good name to keep an eye on. Josh Jacobs, no doubt. A name that I have is more under the radar than each of those names. And if the Broncos, and look, I don't know, I'm totally speculating, but if they make a trade, I don't think it'll be for some like household name like a Kamara or even a Josh Jacobs. Now they could. I've been wrong about a lot of stuff here.
Yeah.
Okay. But I look at a name, under the radar name, for the Washington Commanders, Chris Rodriguez Jr. Now, if that name sounds familiar to you, maybe it's because he scored a touchdown on the Denver Broncos this year. He scored 6 touchdowns this year. All right? He is a really good football player, but he just needs more opportunity. He's 26 years old. He was a 6th-round pick out of Kentucky in the 2023 draft. All right? And all he's done is come into the NFL. 3 years, Phil. 3 years in the league. Check this out. 4.8 yards a carry, 4.9 yards a carry, and 4.5 yards a carry. 4.5 yards a carry in 3 consecutive years. Every time that the Commanders put just a little bit more on his plate, he answers the bell. 6 touchdowns this past year. He ran for 500 yards. He was only given the ball 112 times. There is a lot of tread on his tire because he has been a secondary back, and the Commanders hit on the Krosky Merritt kid, all right, in the 7th round this past year. He was over 800 yards, all right? He's the future there at the position and younger than Chris Rodriguez. Chris Rodriguez just got done with his 3rd year. He's got a 4th year left, okay? That's it on his rookie contract. So he's going into a contract year.
Yeah.
Unless the Commanders are going to re-sign him, and they could because he's been nothing but good. If they're not going to re-sign him, and they're already going with Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, you could be looking at a young player with a ton of tread left that every opportunity he's got, he has thrived in. And you say, you want to know what? If he's not in your long-term plans, you could, when I say like, and I've used the same phrase quite a bit, raise the floor of the running back room. That's what you would be doing with Chris Rodriguez Jr. from the Washington Commanders. Under the radar to maybe like casual fans or just like maybe fantasy football players because he's not like some full-blown, he puts up huge numbers. But that dude is a damn good football player. I saw it with my own eyes. I went here against the Broncos. Yep. And then this morning I went and watched a bunch of his film from this past year. The dude can flat out play, and I think this would be a smart move, and it makes sense on several different levels. Time left on a rookie contract. You're behind a guy that they drafted more recently and hit on 4.5 yards a carry or more for 3 consecutive years. I think it makes a lot of sense.
I mean, look, maybe you should be a scout because before we started this period, this came across my phone about Rodriguez. So you may not even have to trade for my man. He may be available for us right now to go and get, if that's correct. And it's a reliable source.
Yeah. So it says that the Commanders aren't tendering running back Chris Rodriguez Jr. and he'll become a free agent. When is this from? This is from today.
Yep.
Becomes one of the top available running backs. The 26-year-old finished last season with 500 yards and 6 touchdowns in 13 games, made 7 starts. So I did not see that. What I did was I went through every team in the NFC.
Yes.
Thinking that if someone is going to trade a running back, they'll more than likely trade it to an AFC team. And I'm like, who is like second on a depth chart and just needs more opportunity? And I was going through the NFC East, and I came across Chris Rodriguez Jr. I'm like, I remember him. He scored against the Denver Broncos, and then went through these other teams and couldn't find a better profile fit.
He's young, 26 years old. You know, he gets downhill. He's a violent runner. We got to see that, like you said earlier, against the Denver Broncos. He's available right now if we really want to bolster that room, and he's going to be cheaper. You know, he's going to be cheaper because he hasn't done a lot in this league. So it's not like he's going to say, hey, I want J.K. Dobbins money. He hasn't done enough to do that. He hasn't done enough to get any type of money like that. So you can have him on a 1-year, 2-year deal, 2 years with with it being front-loaded, and see what he can do for you. He's been in a situation like you got done talking about where he split carries, and he's right there in front of us, Z. You should go ahead and be a scout now.
I like it. I like it. And I think truly, I think these are the type of conversations that could be being had inside of the 4 walls at Dove Valley. So I think it's a name to keep a pin in. And that what you just showed me makes it even more interesting because he would be somewhere, Chris Rodriguez Jr. would be somewhere in between like the discount guys, and I feel bad saying that, reduced rate guys that we talked about yesterday, the Damian Pierces.
He'd be on a prove-it deal.
He'd be on a prove-it deal.
1 year prove-it deal, 1 year, $5 million, 2.5, like it's kind of like JK was last year. Guaranteed, what can you do for us? You're young, you've been able to stay healthy, we can rely on you, we can take a load off of JK. I mean, it makes sense. I actually love it. It's not a big time name. Somebody out there is going to be upset when they do or if they do something like that, but it's going to help us out down the line, especially come playoff time when you have 3 running backs that are healthy going into the postseason.
All right, if you want to react to that, hit us up, ramoslaw.com, text line 303-713-1043. Dante, you got something on this real quick?
Yeah, I had a question about Chris Rodriguez. So you're talking about a prove-it deal, and maybe he wants more opportunity than being the backup in Washington, but you're talking about bringing him here to be the 3rd string. That feels like not a good opportunity to prove yourself and not a good opportunity to get more opportunities.
It might not be, see, like when we started this conversation, I didn't realize that he's
it just happened.
Going to become a free agent. So like that does change the complexity here because you like to Dante's point, you might look at this situation and be like, okay, they just signed Dobbins and they just drafted RJ Harvey. Like maybe this isn't the best place to prove myself. But when we started the conversation, I'm thinking he's going into year 4 on a rookie contract that he doesn't get to pick his destination if you trade for him.
But if you're Rodriguez, this is what you have to think, and this is what I would think, and this is what I thought about when I decided to sign with the Denver Broncos. You look at the roster. You look at what the running backs have done so far. R.J. Harvey, catches out of the backfield, but he has not solidified himself.
Correct.
J.K. Dobbins has not been healthy for a full season yet in his career.
Right.
So if you're Rodriguez or you're me, I'm sitting there saying, okay, at some point, I'm going to have the opportunity to play a lot of football, whether it's just because they're going to give me it because I earned it or somebody's going down. And I get to be in a situation where they have a great defense, a really, really good offensive line that can help me out, and a quarterback. Sign me up. I'll be patient. There's 17 games, and J.K. hasn't been healthy for all 17 or 16 yet in his career. And I'll just be patient sitting there making my $5 million, getting ready for the moment, just like someone like Jaleel McLaughlin had to do. And when I do get the opportunity, flourish. And now you set yourself up for a good situation next year where you they have to give you some money because of what you just did.
Phil.
Uh-oh.
He just signed with the Jags.
Whoa.
That is crazy.
It just happened, too.
That
like
is crazy.
That is on the market.
No, I was going to say, so he's been on the market for an hour. He just signed within the last 10 minutes. Like during the middle of this conversation, Jordan Schultz just put it out there. The Jaguars are signing former Commanders running back Chris Rodriguez Jr. Rodriguez had 920 rushing yards and 10 touchdowns during his time in Washington. Damn. Well, at least I feel good that I was on to something. Seriously.
Like, I'm right.
Seriously. I was like,
Broncos messed up again.
Dude, I literally went through every team in the NFC. I'm like, this guy, this is a potential fit right here. And during this has happened a couple times to us. We're in the middle of a conversation.
Yeah.
When else did that happen? Where it happened with Vele last year.
One day Vele, yes.
When I was like, guys, they would not trade Vele. Why would they do that? Like the guy just had
because all of a sudden a bunch of rumors started going out with Vele. Vele wasn't practicing. Remember, he stood out of practice a couple times, and we're thinking it's because of the knee.
Right.
All of a sudden, they trade him away.
Yes. So like that was in the middle of a conversation.
Yep.
But there was one even recently where, Phil, we were in the middle of the conversation and the news broke. Dante, any idea that we were in the middle of the conversation? Our texters, RamosLaw.com text line, if you can remember it. Anyway, that's freaky though. So in the middle of a conversation about trading for Chris Rodriguez, we find out that an hour ago they're not going to tender him. And then within the first hour, he signs with Jacksonville. Jacksonville, who had interest in J.K. Dobbins.
Yes.
Did they not?
They did. I think J.K. was thinking about signing with Jacksonville. Why? Because Travis Etienne signed with the New Orleans Saints.
Right.
And so this is where I was like, okay, Denver, I had to pivot quickly because I think they thought they were going to get Travis Etienne, but not for as much as Travis wanted. And was like, okay, we'll go back to J.K. J.K.'s like, not so fast, buddy. I'm going to Jacksonville. Well, Denver's like, we'll sweeten the pot because, one, you know the system. You want to be here anyway. We'll give you the $20 million, 8 guaranteed with some incentives if you come here. J.K. saying that's exactly what I wanted. Jacksonville wasn't probably going to give me nowhere near that. So thank you, guys. I'm coming today to sign my piece of paper, and I'm a Denver Bronco for the next 2 years.
Very interesting. Man, all right. That was weird how that all worked out. Well, that conversation's not going to work for the second half of the show.
You're going to have to find another one to trade for.
God almighty. God, I was on to something there. All right. If you want to react to that conversation, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. The Broncos will be doing something in the draft they haven't done in nearly a decade. We'll tell you what it is next.
Tournament time is here, and so is your shot at $5,000. Head to DenverSports.com/bracket to enter our 5K Bracket Challenge, presented by Bryant, Colorado. Think you can pick the perfect bracket? Prove it, but don't wait. Entries close before tip-off on March 19th. That's DenverSports.com/bracket. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Have you looked at your credit card statement lately? You're working 40, 50 hours a week just to buy groceries and gas, things you used to be able to afford. And the credit card companies are charging you over 20% interest for the privilege. Think about that. Over 20%. It's designed to keep you underwater. American Financing is doing something they hate. They're actually helping people. They have mortgage rates in the 5. They're showing homeowners how to take their hard-earned equity to wipe out that high-interest debt. The average savings is $800 a month. So talk to a salary-based mortgage consultant. No upfront fees, no obligation to see how much you can save. And if you start today, you could delay 2 mortgage payments. Give American Financing a call. America's home for home loans at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5 start at 6.196 for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, if I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots?
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly, near and far, without any glasses, thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision, RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
When you want a new car, you want it now. That's why AutoNation moves at the speed of savings. Right now, put your tax refund to work at AutoNation. Even drive with 0 down plus 0 payments till June. No speed bumps, no detours, just great prices on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Save on thousands of vehicles with 0 down plus 0 payments till June. Act fast, save now at your nearest AutoNation store. 60-month max term financing on approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details. Expires 3/31/26.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. I've been around long enough to know the difference between tough talk and real quality, and that's why I trust Gravina's Window Center of Littleton. Right now, get 25% off Infinity by Marvin fiberglass windows. You'll also get 20% off at James Hardy Siding, engineered to resist hail, fire, moisture, even woodpeckers. Invest wisely with 12 months, no interest, and no payments. Schedule your free consultation at Gravina's Window Center of Littleton today. Call them 303-794-0490 or visit them online at windowsforyourhome.com.
When the Nuggets are knocking down threes, you score too. If Denver hits 15 or more three-pointers, you score a free 28-ounce Gatorade Lower Sugar the very next day at your friendly King Soopers. Gatorade Lower Sugar is scientifically formulated with Gatorade's #1 proven electrolyte blend and has 75% less sugar than Gatorade Thirst Quencher and no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or colors. Big shots deserve next-level hydration. Only at King Soopers.
Hey guys, boy Steve here today about my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if he can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend
a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house, all cash, and you can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Fitness Gallery, selling the world's finest fitness equipment.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces Fresno State with pregame starting at 6:30.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, the Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
Let's come up the top rope with it! Oh. Did that go through there? Can you hear that?
Yeah, push it in a little bit. Let's hear it again.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
I'm about to blame Dante.
No, it's not. It just needed a little kick in the pants. This
No,
iPad,
to it, huh?
this iPad's been kicking around the studio for years. So, all right, so I said going into the last break, the Broncos will do something in the draft that they haven't done in nearly a decade. So because Denver and the the formula that the NFL uses for compensatory picks, like, we don't really know what it is.
Yeah.
It's like super secretive and complicated and all
It's
this
like
stuff.
It's like the PP, right? The
player performance?
Player performance. You don't know how they're calculating your money. They're just telling you this is the check you get with their calculations. So who knows?
Yeah, so it's based on like free agents coming, free agents going. So like the additions last year were Dre Greenlaw and Hufanga. The departures, if you remember, were Cody Barton, Riley Dixon, cornerback Tremon Smith, Javonte Williams, Zach Wilson. And because they had those departures and it was just a little bit imbalanced in free agency, the Broncos received 2 compensatory picks at the very end of the draft. So the Broncos now have pick 256 and 257. So literally the last 2 picks that of the NFL draft belong to the Denver Broncos, which I don't know if that's ever happened. But the last time the Broncos had the quote-unquote Mr. Irrelevant pick was 9 years ago with your former teammate, Chad Kelly.
Oh, Chad Kelly, man. I'll tell you what. Chad Kelly was good for me during preseason because he was going to get me the ball. He was going to get me the ball, and actually, he was well-liked around here. You know, he was a guy that worked hard on the football field, and he played hard off the football field. And yeah, it just didn't play out for him here with the Denver Broncos or actually in the NFL. So, but Mr. Irrelevant, I would have loved to be Mr. Irrelevant, man.
Really?
Oh, get drafted there, you're always going to be known for something. The last pick in the NFL
well,
draft.
that's true. You are kind of noteworthy for that window of time. Would you have preferred to be the last pick of the draft as opposed to being a free agent?
No, man, because when you're a free agent, you only have to play for 3 years. And if you're good, then you get paid in 3 years. If you get drafted in the 7th round, you got to play for all 4 years. And, yeah, it's just longer. You want to get paid faster, right?
Sure.
Play less time.
Well, the Broncos have 9 picks in this upcoming draft, which is the most that they've had since the 2021 draft, which was, 2021 in my head, it was just yesterday.
I know.
But it's like, dude, that was a half decade ago. I mean, it's crazy. So we'll see what they ultimately do with it, who they pick with the Mr. Irrelevant pick for the first time in 9 years. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
All right, NFL is considering adding a game on Thanksgiving Eve as soon as this year. We had this conversation last year. because it was 3 games on Christmas now.
Yeah. Yep.
And so they just keep on just expanding.
In the NBA. Yeah, football, the NBA going on. It's a lot.
Yes, the NBA's done it for years, but football getting into the Christmas business, it was like, really? Here they are, Thanksgiving Day Eve game, fair or foul, no pun intended, as a foul can be a bird. Thanksgiving.
There you go. You know what? If these guys are going to play on Christmas and Christmas Eve, then why not play on Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving Eve? All right, like if we're going to do it, we might as well. It's not like Turkey Day is the best holiday in the books. So I'm okay with watching a little NFL football before Turkey Day.
Wait, did you say Turkey Day is the best holiday in the books?
No, I said it's not like it is.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not.
Yes,
Halloween is.
Can't be Halloween. Yeah, of course.
So I'm okay with it. I mean, you're doing it on Christmas Eve and Christmas. You might as well do it on Thanksgiving Eve and Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I continue to just kind of look at the NFL and ask, when is enough? And clearly,
never.
They're not there yet.
It's never enough.
I mean, are we going to get to a point where it's like every night of the week there's going to be an NFL game? The way that this thing is going, and I don't know, man. And so I'm assuming that if you play on Thanksgiving Eve, your bye week is going to come the week before, because that would be the quickest turnaround in NFL history.
It would have to be, but the NFL doesn't care. They'll have them back out there playing the next day if they could.
You're not lying. Or maybe you play on Thursday night football the week before. They'll scheme it up somehow, but apparently this could happen as soon as this year. We'll see the ultimate ruling when it comes down, next in the 3 count.
1, 2, 3!
All right, so I'm curious of your thoughts on the Ravens backing out of the Max Crosby deal. I think this happened like when we were on our drive home. I want to say, I think I was listening to Denver Sports tonight. It was Will Peterson and Dante. It was just
it broke like 30 seconds before we went on air.
And I'm like, whoa, what the heck? You don't hear about this every day. Not that it's unprecedented, because it has happened before. But I'm just curious, do you think if there was any shenanigans here?
Oh, definitely. It's bull crap. All right, what the Ravens did is they brought in Max Crosby. They wanted him. They didn't want to pay him the money that he was already on, the contract that he's already on. Okay, Hendrickson comes down on what he wants. He wanted $30 a year. He's making $28 a year. Ravens really wanted him, so they said, you know what? It's like having my cake and eating it too. I get to have Max Crosby, Mad Max, but if I don't really like you, I can rescind it. Have you go back to the Raiders, fool everybody, and pick up a guy I really, really want. And that's exactly what they did. I don't like that they were able to do it. I think it's bullcrap, and it just shows you the business part of this. It shows you why players do not care about these organizations or care to please the owners, please the general manager, because they don't care about you, and they'll do anything to make sure they're okay. You have to make sure you do everything to make sure you're okay as well.
I saw Will Compton from Bussin' with the Boys on social media saying, the Ravens have done this before.
Yeah, I saw that.
He said that in 2018, they brought in Ryan Grant, agreed to a deal, and then did the physical. Next thing you know, Michael Crabtree became available, and then despite Ryan Grant never missing a game in his career, they failed his physical. And so I wonder if this is just a mechanism of hey, you're my girlfriend for now.
Exactly.
But if Susie ends up breaking up with Timmy, I'm going after Susie.
Hey, I'm going after Susie.
I don't. There's no way of proving it, I guess. But if it's happened, and I saw someone pointing to 2 other times that it happened with the Ravens. I'm like, I wonder if this is just an organizational loophole that they can go to every handful of years.
What's the tempering period too? Right, this is why you call it the
that's true.
tempering
That's
period.
true. That's
because
true.
Everybody's out there. They're just gonna sign with the Denver Broncos, but until today, Wednesday, when you could officially sign, you can change your mind as a player and as an organization, saying, "Hey, look, we're gonna go separate ways because we really don't like you and we don't want to give you this contract." So until you're pen to paper, you're not on that team just yet.
Yeah. All right. Shifting gears here, Sean Payton gave us a clue last summer as to why the Broncos weren't as active in free agency as a lot of Broncos country would have hoped. And we'll pass along that explanation coming up next.
As we head toward a potentially deep postseason run.
Do the Avalanche have a goaltending decision to make?
Do they have a goaltending controversy going into the playoffs?
Can you count on Blackwood at all?
Because they went to Wedgie during the game on Friday, and they went right back to Wedgie yesterday.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
High five. Up top.
Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah! It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Heck yeah!
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Yes!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 150 megabit internet and Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Don't wait. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
Hi, Dan Cicchini with Dunright. Great pricing options and bank financing? You bet. Kitchens, baths, counters and floors, finished basements, windows and doors. Done right since 1985. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. Visit drhi.com. Thanks.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, 2-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health.
Score big, save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Febreze. New Febreze Air Mist has 50% more odor fighters and up to 30% more fragrance than the old formula. So now you can take on 100% more stinky odors, like sweaty gym bags, greasy cooking smells, and the after effects of the dog rolling around in something. Just spray, and new Febreze Air instantly restores just clean freshness. Smell you later, odor.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
How can you grow your business from idea to industry leader? With smart business buying tools and technology from Amazon Business. From fast, free shipping to in-depth buying insights and automated purchase approvals, we deliver everything you need. Go to AmazonBusiness.com for support.
I lost 60 pounds a few years ago with SodaWeightLoss.com, and it's never coming back. I am never gaining that weight back because I learned how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat with SodaWeightLoss.com. You can join Soda for a short time that have results that last a lifetime. Call them up at 1-866-800-SODA. That's 1-866-800-SODA. Or go online to SodaWeightLoss.com. And I lost those 60 pounds, and I'm never going back because of the personalized touch that SodaWeightLoss.com gives you with a personal nutritionist that's always available via text when you have questions, you have concerns. Sometimes you just need encouragement on your weight loss journey. Have a friend there. Have your personal nutritionist there for you. It's SodaWeightLoss.com. It's changed my life. I look and feel 10 years younger, and I love it. You'll love it too. Go to sodaweightloss.com. Again, call them up 1-866-800-SODA. Join Soda for a short time to have results that last a lifetime at sodaweightloss.com. SOTA is, say it with me, state of the art.
Tune in Tuesday afternoons for Injury Insights with Zach Bai and Dr. Joseph Ramos to hear the latest injury news on your local teams and around the world of sports. Ramos Law. What makes us different makes us better.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan, powered by Waterloo Turf Denver. Get your Saturdays back.
Names that rhyme, takes that hit different. Shapiro and Piro. Is happy hour sports talk built for the modern fan? Local stories, hidden gems, and the mustache monologues you never knew you needed. Weekdays at 3 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Subscribe now at Denver Sports 104.3 and get in on the action. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach Bai and Phillip Lindsay.
Sean Payton gave us a clue last summer as to why the Broncos weren't as active in free agency. Oh my gosh. Do you
Go ahead.
you want to talk about this now, or do you want to wait later?
I don't care. It's all on me.
Oh my gosh. Hold on a second. We're just putting this together that oh man. I don't know. Let's just wait on it and see if we can confirm it.
For sure.
Because it does. Someone in Denver sports might have blocked Phillip Lindsay on Twitter that you may not see coming. All right.
A tease before the
There's your tease. There's your tease. We'll confirm it during the commercial break and see if we can circle back to it.
Oh man.
All right. Hey, let's we'll get to Sean Payton giving us a clue last summer as to why the Broncos weren't as active in free agency. Before we do that, Willie Subbert, you could be heading to Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world thanks to 303 Law 4040. Call us back within the next 10 minutes at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the Superfan Send-Off Grand Prize, a pair of 2-night tickets to the event, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Vegas, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. Willie Subbert. Call us now at 303-713-1043. Guys, if you haven't already signed up, there's still time. Head to denversports.com/superfan and make sure to listen weekdays every hour between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to hear if your name is called. All right, Sean Payton, last summer, okay?
Yeah.
Last August, may have given us a little clue why the Denver Broncos weren't more active in free agency, like so many in Broncos country wanted them to be yesterday and today. Well, really Monday, yesterday, and today. This was Sean Payton last summer, last August, talking about free agency.
I don't want to use the parallel, but my parents loved garage sailing. That was their deal. The one thing they enjoyed together. And I think I had 10 couches growing up, right? And so they come home with a new couch, and you'd remove the old one, and you were so excited. It was a sectional until you sat in the left corner and it wiggled, and then you realized why it was a free agent. And so you just have to really do your homework and spend a lot of time on it.
So that's how Sean Payton views free agency. Kind of. Now, he said, I don't want to make it an exact parallel, all right? But he's like, it's kind of like going garage sale shopping. There's a reason while this home is moving on from fill in the blank.
Well, it's interesting because last year, the Denver Broncos were very aggressive when it came to the free agency market. Hufanga, Dre Greenlaw, Evan Ingram, J.K. Dobbins, all these guys that actually have an injury history.
Yep.
Hufanga did. Drake Greenlaw, obviously, he got released today. I want to say they're releasing him today.
Who's that?
Drake Greenlaw.
Okay.
Officially. Release him today.
Yeah. Right.
So it's just interesting. Like it kind of goes with like what you want. What do you want to believe at that time? If you really want this free agent, you're willing to pay that guy a lot of money. If not, you're going to use that as an excuse not to pay him because he has a history.
Well, it's an interesting analogy. I kind of like it. Those situations, the ones that you just brought up last year, every one of those guys was available because of the injury history. That's why. So you knew about the wiggle in the left corner of the sectional. Like, you knew it coming in, and you're like, you want to know what?
I like that wiggle.
Well,
maybe Sean saying that.
Like, I know about the wiggle when I sit in that spot, but the rest of the sectional is still worth it. And maybe when he looked at the rest of these free agents and compared them to what are already in-house, and what you're comparing this cycle was different than last cycle. This cycle, you're looking at, the couch cushions that made up a 14-win team.
Yeah.
And it could have been like, you want to know what? I don't need to move on from the couch I already have. It's comfortable. It may not be perfect, but it's not worth paying. Because when in free agency, and I know you know this and our audience knows this, but I'll say it anyway. You're more often than not paying a premium on good players. So you may have to pay great money for a good player, and the Broncos just didn't feel like they needed to this time around.
But damn, everybody is back. I mean, everybody. The only person I don't think is back is PJ Locke.
JFM.
No, but PJ Locke and JFM. Okay,
yeah.
So those two.
Yep.
PJ Locke signs with the Dallas Cowboys last night. JFM with the Tennessee Titans. Gets paid the bag.
$63 million for 3 years.
Man, I wish I was JFM. But with that being said, everybody else is back. So he Sean Payton, that is, loves what he sees from the guys that are just in the building.
Yeah.
He's comfortable with the guys in the building. So what it's looking like is we're going to see the draft being where they pick these guys that can help us get over the top, I guess, to win that Super Bowl, hopefully.
Yeah, and there's 9 picks.
9 picks.
It's the most picks you've had in 5 drafts. So, yeah, as I said yesterday, I'm pretty good with all the decisions that they made, save for addressing the running back position with a heavier hand, along with J.K. Dobbins. I thought you could have done both, brought back J.K. and went down a different road as well. So anyway, he also had another quote last summer, and he said about free agency. This is Sean Payton. Quote, "My brother's the worst at this. He's the worst at free agency, and he's the worst at the trade deadline. He just wants to see action. Then right after the action takes place, he never goes back and reflects and says, well, that was a bad signing or that was a bad trade. I say that, I kid him, but I think there's so much more that goes into it relative to whether you're trading a player or acquiring a player. Contracts go into it. Vision goes into it. And the locker room goes into it. There's a lot of details that go into that. So I just think it's interesting. Like, Sean has kind of now each year is different. His first years they kick the door down. It's McGlinchey, it's Powers. Last year was more of a, okay, you're a calculated risk and we're good with bringing you in. But he kind of warns us ahead of time that he's not some big, massive trade or free agent guy if he has his druthers, if it's up to him.
Vision, right? That's something that always comes up with Sean Payton. There has to be a vision for a player if he's brought into this building. So Sean, obviously, they have a plan.
Sure.
They have a plan at the running back position, to the tight end, another inside linebacker. You know, we can always trade. There's still guys out there on the market, drafting them. So we just have to sit back, relax, and see what Sean Payton, George Payton, and the Denver Broncos do here before the season starts.
All right. The Broncos chose to prioritize those in-house free agents. Which of those who were brought back will be asked to take the biggest step forward? That's coming up next.
After an underwhelming start to free agency, have the Broncos put enough help around Bo Nix?
Where's this big move? You're not good enough. I want to emphasize that for everyone out there. And this is with a great love and adoration for George Payton and Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos. You are not good enough on the offensive side of the ball yet.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And guys, I know you're driving down the street right now listening to me. I bet you there's at least 50 of you driving down the street right now listening to me who are thinking about popping that question. And I'm here to tell you that if you are ready to pop that question and give your special somebody that perfect diamond engagement ring, Williams Jewelers is the place to go. So let me save you some time and money by telling you something as simple as this. Whether you're starting that next chapter with that perfect diamond engagement ring, or celebrating a new milestone, or finally just doing something special for yourself for once, you need to go see my guys at Williams Jewelers, because they have the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, making you feel just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, and the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secret to the business with you, but they're going to give you the best price in Colorado guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue and also in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
At Belco Credit Union, we want to make your dream renovation a reality. Maybe that means a modern kitchen upgrade or a luxurious new bathroom. With Belco's Home Equity Choice line, you can get easy access to funds with the freedom and convenience of a home equity line of credit, plus the security and stability of a home equity loan. Plus, Belco is also offering low rates for qualified borrowers. Learn more at belco.org/choiceline. Belco is an equal opportunity housing lender. Belco, banking for everyone.
If you're considering sedation dentistry and want to learn more about it, Clarkson Dental can help. When it comes to your health, you want to make sure you know all the details. The highly trained professionals at Clarkson Dental have your answers. Learn more at coloradosedation.com.
Jacob's Law and 303 Law 4040, the husband and wife law firm where you don't get passed around to a law clerk or some call center overseas. You always get to meet directly with me and my lovely wife, Kimberly. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040.
Between groceries, travel, and higher prices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're already relying on credit cards to cover the basics. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. That's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan, a simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have one predictable monthly payment. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high-interest debt, free up your cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. There are no upfront fees to find out how much you can save. Call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
It's tax time, y'all. If you want to file free, this next one's for you.
Now taxes is so free. Tax free edition only. Roughly 37% of filings qualify. Simple form 1040 returns only. How this is tax.
Love that jam. Up next, commercials.
Intuit TurboTax Free Edition. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free. No schedules except for Earned Income Tax Credit, Child Tax Credit, Student Loan Interest, and Schedule 1A.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Try Wendy's new Girl Scout Thin Mints Frosty Fusion with Girl Scout Thin Mint cookie pieces. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's and Girl Scouts of the USA.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces Fresno State with pregame starting at 6:30.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Some new.
What?
All right.
He brings the dog out of me, Z.
We, I guess just to tie a loose end from the last segment.
Yeah.
We thought for a second that Sean Payton had blocked Phillip Lindsay on Twitter.
Yeah. I'm like, looking at it, because I'm not like in tune with the social media like a lot of people are, and I probably should. I'm 31 years old. I should be. But I'm looking at it, and sometimes I like to look at Sean Payton, what he's doing. He likes to like and retweet things.
Sure.
Leaves breadcrumbs sometimes.
Yeah.
And when I went in there, it wouldn't let me see his tweets or anything. So I'm like, okay, it doesn't say you blocked me, but I'm not allowed to see what you're doing anymore, Sean. What's going on? Why do you not like me anymore, huh?
Yeah, so, I mean, it's one of these things where apparently, like, you can, like, lock your account, and I don't know why Sean Payton would want to lock his account. I mean, he's got hundreds of thousands of followers, and when you lock your account, I think, like, new people can't see your stuff.
Yeah. People who are not following you from the start, they can't see your stuff anymore. But the 100,000s or the 100,000+ people that are following you before that can see everything that you're tweeting. So I don't understand why you would lock your Twitter right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, good news is Phil has not been blocked by Sean Payton. Dude, that would have been, honestly, so, like, that would have been hysterical for just everyone. Like,
I would have had a conversation. I would have had to see him at camp and like, Coach, what's going on? Why do you not like me anymore?
No, and that wouldn't have come across like a, well, I don't think a Sean Payton move, but maybe, I don't know if there was a coach in Denver that's a, kind of a social media wild card to start blocking local media members.
Exactly.
Maybe it would be Sean. I don't know. But I'm happy that didn't happen. So the Broncos chose to prioritize their in-house free agents.
They love them. They love the in-house guys.
They do. Which of those who were brought back will be asked to take the biggest step forward? Now, the names, and maybe I'm missing some here, so let me know if there's one I'm missing. Justin Sternad, Alex Singleton, Adam Troutman, J.K. Dobbins, although that's an interesting one. I want to just talk about him in dedicated fashion for a second. Nate Atkins, Sam Ellinger, who got brought back today that's not on this list?
Lucas Kroll. Cecil's boy,
yes. We said Atkins, yep. So, okay. The reason I said I just want to talk about JK for a second, because with this conversation, I'm asking, like, which guy are you bringing back that you want to take the biggest step forward, almost like from a developmental standpoint maybe, or just a larger impact standpoint? I don't know if that conversation applies to J.K. Dobbins, because J.K. Dobbins' ability when he's out there isn't the thing in question.
Well, I think it's not necessarily the ability, it's the availability.
Totally.
And so that's the biggest thing on everybody's radar is we were a quarterback and our starting running back away from the Super Bowl, specifically the quarterback. But we know that when J.K. was healthy, it was the J.K. Dobbins, the offensive line show. The identity was the run game. Once J.K. went down, it was straight Bo Nix. The identity was Bo Nix, and that was it. So now you're bringing back J.K., you have RJ, and yet there's nobody to complement them. So there's a lot of pressure put on J.K. Dobbins now to stay healthy. So you could add him in there, because I was going to go with J.K. Dobbins. It's not about the development of J.K. It's, can you stay available? Because now what Denver is telling us is they trust that you are going to stay available, because they didn't go out there and get another free agent running back. Now, they still have a chance in the draft. They can trade. We know that. But as of right now, the plan is J.K. and RJ and running that back again. Well, if that's the case, then we're expecting JK to have a hell of a year and that he's going to stay healthy. And JK already told all of us, the media and the fans going at him, that he's going to prove us wrong, that these injuries are a fluke. All right, do it. Have that 1,000 yards. Stay healthy for 17 games and some, because we need you for the Super Bowl. We need you for the playoff run. We do need you. So I'm all my focus is on JK because of what the Denver Broncos did. And they gave that man $20 million, $8 guaranteed to stay available. All right, you don't just get paid just to get paid. You get paid because they're expecting you to be on that damn football field.
Well, I would pick J.K. Dobbins too with this specific conversation, but because it's so straightforward and it's like a different kind of conversation with him. It's about the availability.
Yes.
To your point. Let's just let's put a pin in that one because I want to return to a Dobbins conversation at the top of the hour. But yeah, hey, shout out J.K. Dobbins' agent Zachary Hiller from LAA Sports. I mean, I need that guy. I need that guy.
Yeah, send him our way.
So within the guys that are in-house returning, sans Dobbins, take Dobbins out.
Okay.
Justin Sternad, Alex Singleton, Adam Troutman, Nate Adkins, Sam Ellinger, Lucas Kroll. Among those guys, who are you hoping takes the largest step forward?
Yeah, I'm not hoping. They need to, and that's Justin Sternad. All right, Justin Sternad, he's getting a 3-year deal. Justin Sternad, he was a late-round draft pick, looked at as just a special team player, found his way on the football field, did a great job for the Denver Broncos last year, came up with some big plays, had the interception versus the Giants that kind of swung that game, swung the momentum. All right, he told the media that the only way he's signing back here in Denver is if he's a starter. He wants to be a starter in this league. He wants some type of
Assurances?
Assurance, exactly. Assurance that he's going to be able to be in the league longer than just 1 year. He needs a multi-year deal. He gets it with the Denver Broncos. You're pretty much a starter to go with Alex Singleton, but now you have to take that next step. All right, the tackling has to be better. Covering these tight ends and the running backs, that has to be better. Creating turnovers. Turnovers matter. We know that. It has to be better with Justin Sternad. I'm looking for him to take that next step because he's more comfortable, because he has that money, the security that, hey, I'm going to be here for at least 2 years. So now he can just focus on playing football.
Yeah, man. I think you're spot on. I'm not going to give you any pushback here because, like, the rest of these guys outside of Sternad and honestly, like, if you want to put Singleton and Troutman in there, but in terms of like Nate Adkins, Sam Ellinger, Lucas Kroll, like I don't think that, you know, in no way, shape, or form like being rude or disrespectful at all, but like we don't expect those guys to, you know, put the Broncos in a different category or stratosphere. Like the one guy here, Sternad, is going to be asked to step up in a meaningful way for the first time in his career. And what does it look like? Sunday after Sunday, and the sample size of who you are as a starting player, like really expand. What version of you do we get once that happens? And yeah, I think that was well said. I would co-sign it. I don't know how much better Alex Singleton is going to get. I think that if he could just maintain his level of play,
that's it.
Is the most reasonable expectation.
He's 32 years old. 32 years old, you are who you are when you get to a certain point in your age, especially playing a sport. So what you're looking for with Alex Singleton is, can he keep it up when it comes to tackling, be in the right spots, but also it's his leadership. All right, he has that green dot, and we always talk about the green dot. The green dot is the quarterback, the one that's hearing what VJ, Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator, is saying and relaying the message to his team. So that's why they're bringing Alex Singleton back. He's a cheaper inside linebacker that knows the system, that's reliable, that's dependable, and you're hoping that he can stay healthy and be that leader, be the eyes for some of these young guys that are going to be playing this year.
All right. There's plenty of hype surrounding the Broncos' potential drafting of Oregon tight end Kenyan Sadiq, but one thing isn't being mentioned enough in these conversations. That's coming up next.
Tournament time is here, and so is your shot at $5,000. Head to DenverSports.com/bracket to enter our 5K Bracket Challenge, presented by Bryant, Colorado. Think you can pick the perfect bracket? Prove it, but don't wait. Entries close before tip-off on March 19th. That's DenverSports.com/bracket. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, fellas? Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. And speaking of humping, guys, if you're dealing with erectile dysfunction, there's not a lot of humping going on. Why? Because ED is an intimacy destroyer. And research out there shows that men can draw away from their partners when ED affects their sex life. The conditions can cause stress, anxiety, depression, and even worse, a man's partner can blame themselves when ED becomes a problem. And nobody's partner should be blaming themselves. This is on you. Take full accountability, full responsibility to make sure that you get your ED treated. And here's the thing. I'm going to give you the perfect option to help you with your erectile dysfunction. And that's going to my guys at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. Why? Because their treatments work when the pills and herbals fail you. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%, and some of their treatments can have you lasting an hour or even more if you have that much stamina. All you have to do is schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today. Your initial visit is only $99, and this will include a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And here's the thing, if the test dose does not work in the office, the visit is free. They also have 5 locations out there to serve you as well, so there are no excuses. Go get treated. You can go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. So give my guys at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic a call today at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Is your money doing everything it can for you? Like automatically pushing more of your money to savings every day?
I don't think so.
Then switch to Huntington Bank. And let's get more from money. Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
This is Terry Wickstrom. Are you looking to buy a home that fits your senior needs? Consider a home equity conversion mortgage for purchase. With this innovative financing option, you can use the equity in your current home or savings as the down payment. With the FHA HECM loan, you may be able to buy a higher value home and keep substantial cash for savings. For more information, call Mike Raven at 303-396-2804 or go to madrivermortgage.com.
NMLS number 1504779.
Colorado. Love horsepower and serious adventure? The Great American RV Show hits the Colorado Convention Center March 12th through the 14th. Rugged RVs, overland builds, solar, suspension, off-grid tech, 150 brands, and major dealers. Tickets $12 online at greatamericanrv.show, where serious gear meets real adventure.
Overpaying for cleaning that still isn't done right? Pike Janitorial has served Denver businesses since 1994 with professionally supervised commercial cleaning that gets done right the first time. Offices, warehouses, medical facilities. They show up, handle it, and you don't have to think about it. And they'll beat your current cleaner's price by 10%. Guaranteed. Better service, lower cost, no headaches. Call 303-306-0290 today. Pike Janitorial. Clean you can count on.
303 Law 4040. Want to share one of the best compliments we've ever received. Had a listener call in to 303 Law 4040. His name was Peter. His wife was viciously attacked in a dog bite incident. So we set up a time to have him come in, and I met with him at length while his wife was recovering at the hospital. A couple days later, my wife recognized the number. She had spoken to Peter before. So when the phone call came in, she said, "Peter!" It was actually Peter's wife. She said, "How did you know?" She said, "Well, we love our clients." She was just surprised that we recognized the number. We had her come in, we met with her, and she says, "You know, I feel like we're your only clients. It's really awesome." We're not your only clients, are we? No, they're not our only clients, but what a compliment that our clients feel valued and that we treat them with such a high level of service. If you ever need us, that's the type of service you will get too. It's Jacob's Law, 303 Law 4040. That's 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it.
What's going on, guys? Phillip Lindsay here. Are you facing an unexpected out-of-pocket expense for your new roof? In 2024 and 2025, 37% of insurance storm claims have gone unpaid. Before you commit a costly full replacement, you need to give Roof Restore Denver a call today. Their roof repair and shingle rejuvenation process can save you up to 80% compared to replacing your roof. They're going to restore the essential oils in your asphalt shingles, extend their lifespan, improve durability, and even enhance curb appeal. Plus, every service includes a 5-year transferable warranty. So give Roof Restore Denver a call today at 720-749-9777 or visit roofrestoredenver.com. Again, that's roofrestoredenver.com.
Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, Friday through Sunday, National Western Complex. Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, Friday through Sunday, National Western Complex. 18-month interest-free financing. Our factories have demanded we sell 1,000 hot tubs and swim spas this weekend. National Western Complex. Huge factory incentives, factory rebates, this weekend only. National Western Complex. We can remove your old hot tub. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Deep, deep discounts. National Western Complex. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Just relax and enjoy. National Western Complex. Friday, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Free admission, free parking, free delivery. National Western Complex. Call 833-SPA-SALE or visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Denver Sports is your home for Broncos free agency. Stay locked into 104.3 The Fan and head to DenverSports.com for up-to-the-minute news on the latest Broncos moves. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
As we roll along here on a Wednesday, show is flying by. You know, there's a lot of conversation surrounding the Broncos' potential drafting of Oregon tight end Kenyan Sadiq. We talked about this probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I forget whose mock draft had it. It had to be one of the bigger guys because we only talk about these mock drafts when it's like Mel Kiper, maybe Daniel Jeremiah.
It might have been Daniel Jeremiah. It might have been him that was talking about Kenyan Sadiq and the Denver Broncos having an opportunity to maybe go out there and get him.
Yep.
So
and so that was before the Combine.
Yeah.
Then the Combine happened. And Kenyan Sadiq basically had a Vernon Davis-esque NFL Combine for a tight end, where the numbers with Vernon Davis were just, it was like, holy smokes. We've never seen anything like this from someone that's shaped like this.
See, I've never seen a tight end who's big. All right, Kenyan Sadiq is still 6'3", 245. That's still big to me. All right,
I'm
5'8", 5'8", $180. And you're telling me Kenyan Sadiq during his combine ran a 4.39?
It's insane, dude.
You know, his vert was a 43.5-inch vert.
It's like Vince Carter like levels at the tight end position.
I mean, my man's rocked up.
He is.
He looks like a superhero. I mean, what more do you want this man to do? He played at Oregon. He just had a phenomenal combine, and I don't know if he's going to work out on the pro day because I wouldn't if I just had a great combine prep.
Yep.
He can paint the back porch. He can walk your dog. What more do you want this man to do, Z?
Well, it's a fair question. I think I have a fair answer.
All right.
Okay. And we were supposed to have this conversation yesterday, but things get fluid with the show. Stuff gets bumped out all the time. And so we rolled it over to today. And the reason that I wanted to talk about it yesterday is because I heard the fellas in the morning talking about Kenyan Sadiq. And Mark did a deep dive into Kenyan Sadiq and talked glowingly about Sadiq and his physical tools and all that stuff. And I learned a thing or two, as I often do when Mark does some of his deep dive stuff. But there's something that didn't come up in the conversation that is extremely relevant. And it's not just about the conversation I was hearing this morning. It's a lot of the conversations with Kenyan Sadiq.
Yeah.
And I think people are forgetting something that I believe is kind of important. that amidst all the hype about who he is as a prospect and the vert and the broad jump and, how big and strong he is and how fast he is. And he did 26 reps of 225.
He's superhuman.
He's superhuman. But you know what he didn't do?
What did he not do well?
Produce.
Huh? Produce? That's the only way you can get to the combine. That's the only way you can get on these mock drafts, Z. He had to have produced.
Kenyan Sadiq did not produce at Oregon. And I think that's kind of relevant. 40 yards per game in his final year at Oregon. He's going to go in the first round. And let me just say this too because I'm going to give you a bunch of information right now. Before I do though, I like Kenyan Sadiq, the prospect. The upside is tantalizing. If you could get him at 30, oh my goodness. Now, I don't think that's going to be relevant. I think he's going to go inside the top 10 probably, certainly the top 15. And when you're picking at 30, because you were in the AFC Championship game, and that was some of the tone of the conversation yesterday. Not the tone, that was the conversation. Do whatever it takes, go get Kenyan Sadiq.
Yeah, so you move up to go get Kenyan Sadiq.
Yep. And so, but I think that we need to remember Kenyan Sadiq was not producing at Oregon. 40 yards per game, 29 tight ends have been taken in the first round since the year 2000. 26 of the 29 produce more than 40 yards per game. That means only 3 first-round tight ends have been less productive than Kenyan Sadiq was this past year. For an Oregon team that is littered with 4 stars and 5 stars, and every Saturday when they line up and take the field, they have more talent than the teams that they're playing. Every time.
They're loaded.
No doubt. And Kenyan Sadiq was overtaken demonstratively by Jamari Johnson in his own tight end room. The longer the season kept on going and the importance of the games started to increase more and more and more, Jamari Johnson became the guy. Kenyan Sadiq was a total afterthought. And if I walked around and asked people, football fans, how many 100-yard games did Kenyan Sadiq have at Oregon?
Well, you're sitting here saying he may be a top 10 pick. I'm going to say at least 5 or 6.
Right. 0. The longest play of his best season, again, at Oregon, was 30 yards. That's the longest play, and it came in a 56-10 win over Rutgers. Just for context, Jamari Johnson, who again overtook him, had 4 plays of 30 yards or longer this year. Again, Kenyan Sadiq, 0 plays longer than 30 yards. And as the games got more important in the college football playoff, this generational talent, this first rounder, went for 19 yards, 22 yards, and 29 yards. And I'm hearing Kenyan Sadiq being associated with guys like Brock Bowers and Tyler Warren. No, not in the same, not only not in the same neighborhood, they don't live in the same zip code. They don't pay the same taxes. They go to different schools. Brock Bowers at Georgia was 882 yards his first season. That went up to 942 his second season.
Oh, he was a bad boy, man.
He ended up missing 4 games. He was on pace to go for over 1,000 yards. The guy, Brock Bowers, scored over 30 touchdowns while at Georgia. Tyler Warren, you know what his last year at Penn State was? 104 catches for 1,233 yards and 8 touchdowns. Kenyan Sadiq is nowhere close to as productive of those guys that he's being put side by side with in terms of comps, not even close.
Yeah.
And as further we get into this draft process, we have to remember, you can point to a game or two, you can point to a handful of plays, but in totality, Kenyan Sadiq, in terms of who he is as a physical specimen, where he played, the talent that they have in that offense, the guy did not produce in college.
But you know what, Z? That may be a great thing for the Denver Broncos, because now, look, you're a radio guy, and you're able to come up with all this information. That's all these teams do. They have guys specifically that take the stats down, that watch film on these guys over and over and over. And if they look and they see the exact same thing that you've been talking about, maybe someone like Kenyan Sadiq, who I'm okay with picking up in the first round at 30.
Me too.
And maybe if it's 20, 25, you move up a couple slots to get him, I'm okay with that.
As am I.
Because I look at a kid like that and say he's a developmental first-round pick. He has the tangibles, right? The speed, the athletic abilities there. He's undersized a little bit. He lacks the strength when it comes to pass blocking, but you're looking at him more of like that joker role, a guy that can be that receiving tight end that has the speed that can stretch the football field. So you mean to tell me that maybe he falls to us in my mind, in my vision here, he falls to us in the 30th pick in the NFL draft? We pick up Kenyan Sadiq, who can sit under Evan Ingram and Adam Trotman, but yet he can still play a little bit and develop. And we know that the tight end position is a slow starting position historically. So you're giving him a chance to truly grow into himself. Maybe this is a good thing for the Denver Broncos that he's this raw and that there's opportunities to mold him. They've done that with a guy on the roster right now, in Q Robinson.
Sure.
So my guessing is like the Denver Broncos would love him as long as they drop, as long as Kenyan Sadiq drops to them or close to them. I can see something like that happening. But with everything you just said there, on top of Kenyan Sadiq this year, struggled catching the ball. He was very inconsistent, like our tight ends in the room, and we're trying to get better, right? We're trying to get better at catching the ball in that room.
Highest drop rate in the league, the tight end room.
Well, for Kenyan Sadiq, all right, his drop rate was 10.5%. All right, in 2025. That means he's dropping a lot. Yes, he's dropping a lot of footballs. So that keep that in your mind too. That the man has a lot of work. The young man has a lot of work to do. He's a developmental project in the first round. Has all the tangibles. Needs to be with the right fit and be up under somebody that he can learn from, a pro's pro, and a guy in a team that's willing to bring him along slowly.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. Just to repeat what I said at the top, I like Kenyan Sadiq.
Yes.
If he's there at 30, absolutely.
Okay.
Now, do I think he's going to be? No, I don't. And that was part of the reason why I wanted to have this conversation yesterday, because the convo that I heard in the morning was like, do whatever it takes. If you got to get inside the top 15, get inside the top 15. And it's like, dude, that could absolutely cost you next year's first round pick to move from 30 to 14, and to do it for someone who didn't produce in college, that scares me. That would scare me. Maybe Kenyan Sadiq will go to the Hall of Fame. Maybe he'll turn out to be a great player. I just watched Payton Watson, who was averaging 3 points a game at UCLA, get drafted in the first round, and now he's scoring 15 points a night. So maybe that's in Sadiq's future. But right now, in my opinion, based off the evidence and not the combine, he's more prospect than player. All right, the Avs were served a slice of humble pie last night with a sprinkle of controversy on top. That's next.
Does Sean Payton still have a major role to fill on offense? No!
Running it back at the running back position was not good enough. It's not the answer. This team is not good enough at running the ball, and even with J.K. Dobbins back in the fold, he's a top 5 back when he's healthy. He's going to miss half of the time, if not more, with this contract.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Stoke here for my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Through March, when you install a new cold climate heat pump system with my team at ROX, you get a free whole home water filtration system. Cleaner air, cleaner water. Now that's a winning combination. Upgrade your home comfort and take advantage of this huge offer while it lasts, but only from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait. And don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. For over a decade, Bluebird Windows and Doors has been servicing the Front Range with products built to withstand Colorado's unpredictable weather. Bluebird's Sunrise Collection windows are built to last a lifetime and are backed by strong warranties. Buy one window and get one 50% off through March 31st. And mention you heard about Bluebird from me, Mike Evans. You'll save an additional 5%. Enjoy the outdoors through energy-efficient Bluebird windows. Visit GoBluebirdCO.com. Bluebird Windows and Doors. Make today a Bluebird day.
You know what I could really go for right now? Literally anything that comes in a McDonald's carton, wrapper, or bag. Or a McDonald's cup. Yes, any of those items should do it.
And if you could go for a deal, now get free medium fries with the purchase of any hot, juicy Quarter Pounder with cheese or new Big Arch. Just what your cravings ordered. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
When you want a new car, you want it now. That's why AutoNation moves at the speed of savings. Right now, put your tax refund to work at AutoNation. Even drive with 0 down plus 0 payments till June. No speed bumps, no detours, just great prices on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Save on thousands of vehicles with 0 down plus 0 payments till June. Act fast, save now at your nearest AutoNation store. 60-month max term financing on approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details. Expires 3/31/26.
Did the storm stall your New Year's resolution? Now's your second chance at Low T Center. We're extending our New Year's promos to give you the new start you need. If you've been feeling exhausted, lost your sex drive, book a free testosterone test at Low T Center. No risks, no commitments, just answers. Pick up a discounted peptides and GLP-1s while you're there. And if you start treatment, Low T Center is the most trusted TRT for a reason. The highest quality testosterone covered by insurance and tailored to you so you know it's effective. This deal won't last forever, so call or head to lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com to book your TRT appointment today.
At Common Spirit Health, we don't just see a cancer diagnosis. We see you, and you don't have to do this alone. We believe you should be surrounded by your people, so you can keep them close while you get care close to home. Supported by our care team from diagnosis to treatment and beyond, and strengthened by treatment tailored to you. Because there's no one-size-fits-all approach to cancer care. Find cancer care with human kindness close to you at mountain.commonspirit.org.
If you're in love, you're invited to Williams Jewelers Bridal Fest with our special guest, Takori.
March 17th through Saturday, March 21st.
I'm Shayna.
And I'm Dylan Williams. Come see the latest from Takori and the best diamond prices of the season.
Shop over 500 of the latest Takori engagement rings and wedding band styles fresh from California.
Plus, listen to this. 3/4 carat diamonds from just $26.95.
Gorgeous 1 carats from just $39.95.
And 2 carat diamonds from an amazing $13,995. Guys, during Bridal Fest, qualified buyers can get 24 months financing, interest-free.
Plus, when you spend $5,000 or more during Bridal Fest, you'll receive a Yeti cooler as our gift.
So join us for Williams Jewelers Bridal Fest with special guest Takori, March 17th through Saturday, March 21st at Williams Jewelers of Inglewood, your official Takori store.
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
The official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces Fresno State with pregame starting at 6:30.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, as we move along here on a Wednesday, said the Avs were served a slice of humble pie last night with a sprinkle of controversy on top.
Boy, were they.
Man, oh man.
Order up.
Man, God. We'll hear from Bednar on that in just a second as well. Before we get to that, though, let me just say, Sergio Maines, you could be heading to Las Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world thanks to 303 Law 4040. Call us back within the next 10 minutes at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the Superfan Send-Off Grand Prize. A pair of 2 night tickets to the event, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Las Vegas, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. Sergio Maines, call us now at 303-713-1043. If you haven't already signed up, there's still time. Head to denversports.com/superfan and make sure to listen weekdays every hour between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to hear if your name is called. All right, Avs last night had a 5-game win streak snapped. They lose 4-3 to the Edmonton Oilers, just the 12th regulation loss of the season.
Crazy.
And one, let me just say this before I say anything moving forward. Give the Oilers their credit. They played very well last night. And especially in that second period, taking away the neutral zone from the Avs in a way that I'm not accustomed to seeing from that group. So they deserve their flowers.
And you know what? You said something yesterday. You're like, man, why? Big Jesus. I don't like it. I don't like it either.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't think we should. And I'm not religious at all, but I don't think we should take religious names and attach them to humans.
But Z, what McDavid did last night during that power play when he was able to do like the little okey doke, come back, and that was legit.
I mean, dude, he's Connor McDavid. He's filthy. He's absolutely filthy.
And he had an assist because he's an assist merchant, right? He had an assist where it was across the ice. Where it's like my man has eyes in the back of his head, on the side of his head. It was fun to watch. Although I didn't want them to win, it's like I understand why the Oilers are number 1 on the power play unit. They have that puck moving around. They have the guys to do it. They're very aggressive. Connor McDavid, obviously, all right, he was, I think, 4th right now in the running for MVP, the Hart Trophy. So it's not like my man's bad. We know he's one of the greatest to do it right now as well. So it was fun to watch.
It was an entertaining game, especially if you were a neutral fan and not looking at it purely from an Avs standpoint. The controversial moment of the game came when Nathan MacKinnon was given a game misconduct for running into and hurting goaltender Connor Ingram. Now, I don't know how you can mess this play up this bad. And for guys that and for folks who listen to us every day, we almost never, ever come in here and talk about the officials and complain about the officials. It's not our style. It's never been my style. Even beyond the show, I just like there's 60 minutes of hockey, right? It doesn't come down to one play. And that's why even the Bills lost. Just no, stop. There's a lot of football that was played.
Exactly. A lot of opportunities that you did not take advantage of if you're the Bills. And honestly, with the Avs last night, there was opportunities that the Avs did not take advantage of.
There was. That being said, man, they screwed up that play call. And really just the entire game from an officiating standpoint, I thought it was disjointed and hard to follow. But particularly with goalie interference calls in the NHL league-wide, it's just hard to follow. It feels like different strike zones night to night, if I were to use a baseball analogy. This umpire has this strike zone. This umpire the next day may have a tighter or wider strike zone. And it feels like that's the case with goalie interference right now in 2026. That being said, I don't know how you look at the play and think that Nathan MacKinnon, on his own volition, slammed Connor Ingram purposefully to get him hurt, and then he gets kicked out of the game for the first time in 931 career games.
Yeah.
That was the first time that it's ever happened, and I didn't think it should have happened.
Well, you know what, Z? And it's not like I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, he was pushed, but it's like it's in fast motion. There's a lot going on. Yes, he was pushed or bumped into. He runs into the goalie. He doesn't mean to hurt the goalie, and yet he's being sent to the principal's office, and now he's ejected from the game. I could have understood the 2 minutes in the penalty box. Then you come back out, you join your peers, and you keep going at it. But to eject my man, knowing that he doesn't have any type of history, any type of record of hurting anybody, that's insane. And on top of it, Nathan MacKinnon, who is going to win the Hart Trophy this year, and Connor McDavid, All right, the reason why we're watching that game last night is because of those two.
Correct.
And now you take Nathan McKinnon out of it, and now it's like, okay, now we're watching the ads for the ads, but I wanted some action. I wanted two great players going at it.
Yes, two MVP candidates.
There you go.
Two legends in the game right now, both in their prime. That's why the game's on TNT. And that's also probably why Kelly Sutherland had his officiating crew assigned to that game last night, because there was so many eyeballs. And I have to share this with you. I took it from Adrian Dater, so I'll give him his credit. Kelly Sutherland, okay, who has participated in 10 Stanley Cup Finals, over 1,600 games, the most of any current NHL referee. He might be one of the most respected men at his job that the league has. That's, again, probably why he was assigned to a big boy game on TNT between these two superstars. However, you know what the Avs record is when Kelly Sutherland is calling their games?
Uh-oh.
Crazy. 3-12.
He doesn't like us.
3-12.
He does not like the Colorado Avalanche.
Crazy. So just keep that in mind if the Avs get into the NHL playoffs and you see the name Kelly Sutherland and his crew. 3-12 is the record when that is the case. Here was Bednar on his view of the McKinnon goalie interference.
First thing I looked at, for me, I look at the overhead. He makes the play on the puck, and I got his toes cutting up ice probably through the top of the paint, and Ingram's on the goal line. I don't think there's a chance, there's no chance that he hits the goalie if Nurse doesn't run into him. He's not hitting the goalie.
Here's a little bit more from Bedsy.
I'm not going to make it about officiating, but it's part of the game. And, you were shorthanded, taking slashes, and it's not called. We're going to look away. Then Nelson dances a guy in the neutral zone and gets tripped. That's what the penalties are for. If someone makes a high-skill play, McDavid beats one of our guys and he's going to the net and we put a stick on him in the wrong spot, or we hook him, hold him, whatever it is, the officiating is supposed to reward the skill.
And one more from Jared Bednar.
I don't care if he's injured, not injured. It's a severe crash, not a severe crash. It's not a penalty. If you put guys in your own goalie, it's not a penalty. That's the way I see it.
Yep, and that's the way I see it as well.
Yeah, simple.
And I'll just say this, just to get this thought out of my head. It's not my favorite thing in hockey that the result of a infraction, the result of it, dictates retroactively the process of it. And what I mean by that is if my stick comes up and accidentally hits you in the mouth, I get 2 minutes, right? If you draw one drop of blood from that, it doubles to 4 minutes. And it's like when you leave it, it's like, is there a drop of blood? There is. It's longer now. Yeah. And I don't like that. I don't. Now, sometimes the Avs benefit from it, and I'm fist pumping because I have the over, right? But last night, McKinnon's not getting kicked out of the game if the goalie doesn't get hurt.
Exactly.
Right there. So you're letting the result retroactively dictate the penalty, and I don't think sports should work like that.
I'll tell you what, you hit me with a stick in my lip, I'm going to punch myself to make sure it's bleeding. I'm getting the 4 minutes.
Right? And that's the thing.
Yeah, I'm going to get the 4 minutes.
You bite down on your lip. Here's blood. I'm producing blood.
Come on, ref.
So, all right, if you want to react to any of that, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. We are going to talk about the Broncos running back group, all right? Could you potentially make a trade since the Broncos chose not to bring in a frontline free agent? We'll talk about that. Also, expectations for Dobbins in year number 2 in Denver. Also, Nuggets have another major test tonight with huge playoff implications. We'll get to all of this as we are on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk next.
Calling all wrestling fans. Now's your chance to win your way into the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money all included. It's the Superfan Send-Off, presented by 303 Law 4040. First, head to DenverSports.com/Superfan to register. Then tune in every hour to see if your name is called. If you hear your name, you have 10 minutes to call us back and be entered into the grand prize drawing. It's the Superfan Send-Off, presented by 303 Law 4040. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Hey guys, your boy Snake here. Just because it's winter doesn't mean I'm sitting around waiting for the spring. I'm planning the yard, moving dirt, getting things ready for what's next. My friends at Bozar Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, they're doing their cleaning right now too. It's the Not So Winter event. Between everyday driving, busy schedules, and everything life throws at you, your vehicle works hard. And if you've been thinking about upgrading, now's the time to clean up your driveway and drive something new. Only at Bozar Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet. The Not So Winter event going on right now.
Jacob's Law and 303 Law 4040, the husband and wife law firm where you don't get passed around to a law clerk or some call center overseas. You always get to meet directly with me and my lovely wife, Kimberly. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040.
Brandon Stokely here from my friends at Roller Auction. Do you have items you're looking to sell? Since 1976, Roller Auction has been conducting commercial and industrial auctions for Colorado government agencies, Fortune 500 companies, small business owners, secured creditors, individuals, and more. They have a large marketplace to showcase your assets, so don't wait. Visit rollerauction.com for a free consultation and turn those items into some cold, hard cash. Again, go visit them at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
Who wants the lowest rate for life?
I
do. Everyone does, but it's only U.S. Mortgages. Lock in a low rate today, and if rates fall in the future, we will redo your loan and lower your rate without any lender fees, including the appraisal. There's no limit to the number of times you can do this. Always have the lowest rate for life. Get our 475 5-year fixed rate, 5.89 APR. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly near and far without any glasses thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
Colorado, this is it. 2026 RV product rollouts are live at the Great American RV Show. Airstream Stetson 4.6s, New Trade Wind, Unmapped, Bliss Mobile, Chinook, Storyteller GXV. March 12th through the 14th, Colorado Convention Center. $12 online. See it first.
Low testosterone can be a real problem for many men. It causes poor sleep patterns, decreased energy, low sex drive, and it makes it really hard to stay in shape. And as we all know, a healthy body is very important to our overall health and well-being. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if some or all of these symptoms sound like you, we can likely help you be done with low T. We can also help you lose weight, support your metabolism, improve your gains in the gym, and more with our new targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more. Our low T protocols, applied in conjunction with our body composition plans, will help most men see real improvements, true weight loss, higher energy, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and a renewed sex drive drive as well. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the same day, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit organization, develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Info at positivecoach.org.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, shifting gears here just a little bit. We'll get back into Broncos just after the top of the hour. And I want to have a couple conversations with you. First, though, guys, tournament time is here, and so is your shot at $5,000. Head to denversports.com/bracket to enter our 5K bracket challenge presented by Bryant, Colorado. Think you can pick the perfect bracket? Prove it. But don't wait. Entries close before tip-off on March 19th. That's denversports.com/bracket. Just real quick before we get back to business here, I just think it's so cool. We're sitting here in the studio. We have the big screen TV on.
Yep.
And SportsCenter is interviewing Lauren Betts. Lauren Betts is one of the biggest stars in all of college basketball. And what she has done for UCLA, and she's right here local, Grandview High School.
Down the street.
She is the leading scorer and rebounder of the Bruins. And initially coming out of high school, I believe she went to Stanford for a year, and things just didn't work out. Their loss. She is an absolute star. And her sister, Sienna Betts, is with her at UCLA, and I watched her several times in when she was in high school. I'd bring my son to the Grandview girls games because it starts earlier in the day and we can get home for dinner.
And you know the coach, right?
Yes.
The girls basketball coach.
Yes, Josh Ulitsky.
Yeah.
And
Lewis.
So shout out. But I just think it's so cool to see a local kid like that shining on the brightest stage, going into March Madness, being featured on SportsCenter. She's got a commercial now and still has a humility about her. And her father, Andy Betts, listens to the show, and I've known for a handful of years now and played hoops with a little bit years ago. And so just shout out. I think it's great.
Proud Colorado moment right there. Representing Colorado, 303.
Pretty cool getting
Really cool.
interviewed on SportsCenter. All right, we have a big boy basketball game tonight, okay? The Houston Rockets coming to Denver. There is massive playoff implications here and just another legitimate test in the Western Conference. Denver is in the 6th seed. The Rockets are in the 3rd seed, and the distance between them is a game and a half.
Crazy. Who would have thought at the beginning of all this that the Rockets would be in front of the Nuggets right now? And here we are today. The Nuggets at the 6th seed. What do you do about it? What are you going to do about it, Jokic? What are you going to do about it, David Adelman and the Denver Nugget crew? You guys have to figure out who you want to be and be consistent at that. Too many times you're looking at this team and say, hey, they're going to win today, Z. That's what you say against the Celtics. They win. Then all of a sudden they get embarrassed by the Knicks by 39 points, beat up on the Lakers, or beat the Lakers. Not beat up, but beat the Lakers.
Yep.
Then get beat by the Thunder yet again. Who do you want to be moving forward? Because we're in March.
I was just going to say, like, that your question alone is sort of a testament to where we're at, where we are. I mean, the Nuggets are 39-26. So what is that, 65 games into a season?
See, they're trying to get their 40th win still.
Oh, that's crazy. You're right. You're right. And so if you don't understand that reference, we talked about it a while, for maybe like a week and a half ago,
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. Wow, you're right, Phil. So Phil Jackson had his 40-20 rule that if you want to be a contender for the NBA championship, you have to win your 40th game before losing your 20th game. And someone could say, well, that's pretty arbitrary. How the hell did you come up with that? Well, Phil Jackson's a pretty smart guy. And since the advent of the three-point line, only 4 NBA champions ever have not abided by the 40-20 rule, winning your 40th game before your 20th loss. And by you saying that, you just catch me off guard because, yes, the Nuggets are 39-26. They are still awaiting that 40th win, and they've blown past the 20 losses here. Man, I wish you didn't just say that.
I mean, Z, I'm just looking at it right now like, 39. 39. They've been stuck on 39 for a very long time. So, a 2-game losing streak going on. They have to snap that, and they have to get their 40th win.
Yeah. Yeah, so they really weren't even close.
No.
To abiding by the 40-20 rule. And so the question that we asked a couple weeks ago when they failed that 40-20 test was, is this Denver Nuggets team the exception to the rule? Are you truly that exceptional that you can be the once-in-a-generation NBA team that does not abide by the 40-20 rule? And what I'm seeing right now with my eyes says no. No, they're not that special. Here's another stat for you. I haven't mentioned this. The last time an NBA champion was not a top 3 seed, Bill Clinton was in his first term in office. Think about that.
Say it again.
The last time a team won the NBA championship, not being a top 3 seed, being seed 1, 2, or 3, you have to go back to the 1995 Houston Rockets. The last time a champion was crowned that wasn't a top 3 seed. And the Nuggets are currently 1 game out of the play-in.
This is insane.
It is, Phil.
This is insane.
I agree. All is not lost. All is not lost.
Well, it seems like the writing's on the wall, Z. I mean,
it may be, but I have my eyes closed. I can't see the writing.
We did say this about Ben Powers, and Ben Powers is here to stay for another year.
True. That's true. That's true.
Anything is possible, like Kevin Garnett has said.
I mean, but man, it doesn't look good. It doesn't feel good. And tonight is another test. And again, it's so log jammed between seeds 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that a head-to-head matchup against another team in that traffic jam, you cannot overstate how important tonight's contest is against Houston.
Well, I'm looking at this game and I'm like, okay, what do you, if you're the Denver Nuggets, have to do to win this game? It's going to be a close one because the Rockets, they play really good defense. Let's not forget, they're going to be a little bit more aggressive, and the Nuggets have kind of shied away from aggressive defenses. They're a little weaker against defenses that go at them. So that's something to look at. You have to win the rebounding battle. We know that. But people like Cam Johnson and Christian Brown, they have to step up. We are not winning a championship without Aaron Gordon. We know that. Now he's back in the mix. He's looking good. He has to get in shape. But you're also not winning a championship if 2 other guys are not pulling their weight. And that's Christian Brown and Cam Johnson, 2 other starters. So you're going into the 3rd game where you have all 5 starters playing. It's time to start looking like a team that's starting to gel a little bit. Jokic needs to be on point with the passing, and that got better against OKC. All right, we have to be on point when it comes to shooting the 3 with Cam Johnson and be more consistent. Christian Brown, play with a little bit more confidence, getting to the rim, all right, finishing at the rim, and then defensively. Can we play a little bit more aggressively defensively? That's what I want to look at. I just want a little bit more effort, baby.
Well, that's where defense starts, especially in the NBA in the month of March. It's got to be a max effort, Boston Celtics from the last 2 weeks type of approach. And I'll say this, though. You mentioned 60 seconds ago, you said it's going to be a close game.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. I do think it's going to be a close game. Houston, this is worth mentioning, Houston has been as disappointing in the clutch as Denver has. It's been one of the huge topics of conversation, just like it has here in Denver. If we're doing this job at I forget the station down there, 610 in Houston. Your carbon copy, same conversation. How could you have Kevin Durant and all these, and so we'll see what it looks like tonight. I'm going to be at the game. I'm really looking forward to it. And goodness gracious, I'm like,
let's get a win. Get a win. Just get a win.
One game ahead of Phoenix for the play-in. And by the way, Phoenix, Dante's Suns, are 5-1 in their last 6 games. So they're playing great down the stretch of the year.
Man, they are. It's crazy.
And it's I'm not trying to scare anyone, okay? I'm not trying to scare anyone. But the Denver Nuggets could be in the play-in scenario as soon as tomorrow evening. So it's getting real. It's like it's not cutting time here.
So this is why it feels like a playoff game.
It feels like a playoff game tonight.
It's a must-win.
It's
must
massive.
Win. Get to the 40th win of the season, by the way. You got to get to the 40th win. Let's start there.
All right. This is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive. Woo! Real quick, before we shift gears here, because I want to talk about the Denver Broncos, and we're in the midst of free agency. There's still NFL news happening left and right. For you, tonight's game that is as close to a playoff game as you can find in the month of March, on March 11th here. What do you think the number one storyline is for you personally heading into tonight?
The number one storyline, I'm going to go with Cam Johnson. Truly. What does he do when his back is against the wall? All right, everybody's talking about him. He feels the pressure. He knows he's not doing well. You said it earlier in the week, Z, and maybe it was last week, where it's like it seems like Jokic is going away from Cam Johnson, doesn't trust Cam.
Agree.
So, at some point.
Agreeing with myself, I guess, from last week.
Agree. You know, I had a great take.
That was a great take, dude.
ZB's always
Who said
on point.
that?
Talking in third person.
No, but seriously, and just to piggyback on what you're bringing up there is moments where Jokic can give Cam Johnson the ball, whether he's cutting to the basket or he's open in the corner, and I've seen him multiple times turn him down. That is not healthy. That's because Jokic is always going to make the right play, and when he's sometimes turning down the right play because it means giving you the basketball, that's a dynamic to continue to watch.
Well, I'll tell you this. Cam Johnson needs to come out firing more confident, because if not, and he has a game where he's in there for 25, 28, 30 minutes, and he only has 6 points. Z, tomorrow we're going to be talking about, hey, is Cam Johnson a guy that's coming off the bench? And I hate to say that because I've been fighting for Cam Johnson's life, saying, look, he's not going anywhere. He's a part of the starting 5 crew. He's going to space out the court to help Jokic out, but he has to do his part. And that's making the threes, and it's shooting the threes, being more confident in your ability to shoot. So that's what I want to see.
I just hope he's not drowning in his own thoughts. Because as Sean Payton will tell you, confidence comes from a place of demonstrated ability. And it feels like every time that there's a high leverage moment and it involves Cam Johnson, he doesn't deliver. And if you just look at his raw numbers through the season, you're going to see he's shooting 40%. Guys, 40%, that's the Mendoza line in the NBA for you're a good three-point shooter. Cam Johnson has a career that says he's a good three-point shooter. And even if you don't watch the names and you look at the numbers, you say, yeah, he's a good three-point shooter. But man, oh man, all the shots aren't created the same. They're almost like weighted, you know? So you can go 2 of 3 against the Chicago Bulls last month, or you can go 6 for 6. 6 for 6 from 3 is hard to do, but who did he do that against? Tanking Utah. All too often, it looks like 0 for 4 when you got to have it against Minnesota, or when you got embarrassed against Golden State. He couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. So that's why you got to watch the games. He is. I don't know what to say. I was sure that this was going to be a hand in glove fit. Cam Johnson in Denver for 10 different reasons that we itemized before the season ever started. And it's not been a total disaster yet, because there's still time. That's the only reason why it's not a total disaster yet, because of the time left that he still has a chance to atone for this.
You know what? You said this about Evan Ingram as well. We had this conversation about Evan Ingram and like, man, it's been a disappointing season for him. And you're like, well, if he gets into the playoffs and he's a better version of himself and he becomes the Joker, then everybody's going to forget about what happened during the regular season, that 17 games.
Yep.
And I agree with you because you're right, because it's all about the now. It's all about finding a way to get to the championship, the Super Bowl in this case with the Denver Broncos. And if you get to the Super Bowl, Evan Ingram would have done better if, let's say he did, then we're looking at it like, okay, this is why we brought him in.
Totally.
We got to the promised land. We got to the mountaintop. We won because of players like that. Cam Johnson, if we're going to win, he's going to have to turn it on. And you're right. If he gets in a postseason and turns into a better version of himself, nobody's going to say a thing. They're going to say, this is why you bring this man in, because of the experience. Maybe he's due for one. Maybe we get a Bam game where he goes for 83 points.
Oh, my God. I don't even want to talk about that. I don't even want to talk about that.
Go to 83 points, Cam Johnson.
Could you imagine? Oh, my God. Look, in the last 3 games, Cam Johnson, 6 points, 10 points, 0 points. So it's got to get better. But that being said, with your thought in mind, if he hits a game winner tonight against Houston in a massive game, it serves as almost like a baptism, washing away the sins of the season, and we'll see what it looks like. You know, I'm still holding out hope, and I kind of feel like a fool.
Nah.
I'm holding out hope, but I kind of feel like a fool doing it.
You might be the only one, but keep doing it.
I might be. Okay, shifting gears. Is there a name, because clearly the Broncos didn't prioritize a frontline free agent running back, okay? Is there a name that you can think of that the Broncos could go outside the box and potentially trade for to raise the floor of the running back room?
I love it. Trade for somebody to raise the floor. And you know what, Z? I have 2 in mind. The one I'm going to talk about, it's an easy one. It's sitting right in front of us. It's simple. It's something that could happen. I think it's going to happen. Now, I may be wrong. I'm not always right. Usually I'm never right. You know, people always tell me that. But the guy I'm looking for, and I think is going to get traded at some point, is Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara, the running back with the New Orleans Saints that actually Sean Payton himself drafted. Sean Payton himself had a vision for. Alvin Kamara, I know he's going into year 9, maybe even year 10, but I think it's around year 9, has done a phenomenal job of starring in his role. He's never had a 1,000-yard year, but that's not because he couldn't do it or he wasn't available. It's because he was going for 800 yards receiving, 900 yards receiving, and 900 yards rushing. So he's a do-it-all back. And I know, Z, he's old and he's past his prime and that he's not the same version of himself. I don't need him to be.
Do you agree with that?
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. I mean, it's year 10.
Yeah, right.
It's not like year 1, year 2. So it's year 10. But he still has enough in the tank because I'm not looking for Alvin Kamara to be the starting running back. I'm looking for him to be the insurance blanket. I'm looking for him to come in there, be a pro's pro, continue to help R.J. Harvey develop, but also when asked to go out there and make plays, he still can make some plays. He still can make people miss. He still can move the chains. And that's what Bo Nix is missing. A bona fide starting running back that can catch out of the backfield and not just swing routes like R.J. Harvey was getting. I'm talking about choice routes, having a chance to go inside, outside, hook it up right there, take it deep. That's what I'm looking for. And Alvin Kamara can still give you that juice to partner with and pair with J.K. Dobbins and also R.J. Harvey. Those 3 together. All right, those 3 together will be a potent combination. Because the combo is not just 2, it's combination here. You got 3 of these things in there, 3 running backs.
My goodness.
And it will keep J.K. healthy, which is like, this is what you want. You want J.K. to be healthy. That's why you paid this man $20 million, right? J.K., 2 years, $20 million, $8 million guaranteed. So let's go for Alvin Kamara. Trade for him.
Oh.
Simple, right? Super Bowl, here we go.
Bless your heart. No, obviously you don't sound insane to me. Let me just start there, which is normally a good step for you.
Here we go.
You don't sound like a psychopath.
Step in the right direction.
And I know there's others who agree with you. And it wasn't too long ago, Alvin Kamara in the postgame, Phil, was saying, "Come and get me" to Sean Payton.
That's true.
And there's obviously a love there for one another. And Sean loves his guys, right? Ask Troutman. Like, he's got his dudes.
He's going to pay his guys now.
And I can't co-sign it. I can't. If this was even 2 or 3 years ago, but now into his 30s, I think he just, I'll just continue to say he represents more the past than the present, and certainly not the future. So I will say no on Kamara. I'm out on Kamara. Great career, but at this stage, I'm out. Anybody else you can think of?
Yeah, I got another one for you because I knew you were going to turn my first one down. You don't like Alvin Kamara for whatever reason. I don't know why.
I don't like it here and now in 2026.
All right. So the next guy I have in mind is a guy that's going into year 7. Year 7, he was the Denver Broncos killer. And I got to see him up close and personal in his first game as an Oakland Raider. Yes, I said Oakland because when he got drafted to the Raiders, they were still in the Bay Area.
I know who you're talking about.
Bay Area. And that man, his name is Josh Jacobs. And he still has a lot left. He's a bell cow back that can catch out of the backfield when you need him to. He's going to break the tackles. He actually went for a long run against the Denver Broncos this year.
He did.
Playing against Denver. And he's a guy that's going to pair well with JK and RJ as well. And he's a bona fide starter. So you can have JK who can still take his carries, but you also can have him reserved too so that he's healthy. RJ can still have his role as his pass-catching back and third down back and continue to grow as just a running back because he's still young. And you got Josh Jacobs who gets to come back to the division, pay off, all right, what he feels like is revenge with the Raiders trading him away. So he gets to whoop their ass for 2 years, two games a year, and help the Denver Broncos get to a Super Bowl because everybody at some point, once you have the money, the next thing is securing that Super Bowl. As a kid, that's when you're playing football or basketball, you're thinking of winning a championship. So once you have the money, all that should be on your mind is winning a Super Bowl if you're Josh Jacobs, and he can do that here at the Denver Broncos. Offensive line, phenomenal, and they're one of the best to do it. You have a young quarterback in Bo Nix that's only getting better every single year. Why not Josh Jacobs? Trade for Josh Jacobs to pair with J.K. Dobbins, R.J. Harvey. Let's Bo.
Well, I like this one a lot better than the Kamara one. He just turned 28. I didn't realize that. He last month just turned 28. And there's still juice because we saw it up close and personal. To your point, he averaged over 6 yards a carry against the Denver Broncos in the month of December when they came here to the Mile High. I like it. I like it. I'm open to it. I don't know what his current contract is, and you may have to do something about that if it's a bigger boy contract. If the Broncos were scared off in free agency, they probably wouldn't welcome it, but you could do some stuff with that.
Restructure the contract, give him a huge fat signing bonus, and it doesn't go towards the cap. So, and we have the money to do it. We're rich. All right, Greg Pitter.
What is that from?
That's from Hangover.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We're rich. So we have the means to do it. We have an opportunity to be creative with the cap, with the restructuring deals, and JK, Josh Jacobs, and RJ Harvey would be a great tandem together, a great little dynamic trio.
Yeah. I
keep everybody healthy.
I do not hate that one. A name that I had, and gotta tell you how this unfolded earlier today. So we had a similar conversation a couple hours ago at 3:00, and man, I thought I'm gonna be like the smartest guy in the room when we have this conversation. All right, because what I did is this morning at the kitchen table went through every team in the NFC. And looked at who their secondary running back was. Looked at the first option too, but who was the secondary running back?
Why NFC though?
Just because if they were going to make a trade, it's more likely that an NFC team, if they were getting rid of someone, you'd want to put them in the AFC.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's just how I went about the exercise. Not that it can't happen the other way because we know that it can, but that's just how I did it. And so, but I get to Washington, and looking at the NFC East. And I see someone who pops and fits for 3-4 different reasons why this could make sense.
Fits just like the glove, huh?
Yeah, and it was Chris Rodriguez Jr. And if that name sounds familiar to you, he scored a touchdown on the Broncos earlier this season. But he's not a frontline NFL star. He's not a household name. He's not a fantasy football dynamo. But you know what he is? Man, he's a good football player. He's been in the league for 3 years. Year 1, 4.8 yards a carry. Year 2, 4.9 yards a carry. Year 3, 4.5 yards a carry. So he's been above 4.5 yards a carry all 3 years of his career, and he was a 6th-round draft pick out of Kentucky, the 193rd overall pick in the draft. And I'm saying, well, hold on a second, because in Washington, they hit on another late-round pick who is now their dude moving forward, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt.
Yeah.
So, this guy is behind Krosky Merritt, but he's got 1 year left on the contract. And I'm like, is Washington going to want to re-sign him? Or if they could recoup an asset, move on from their secondary running back, and the Broncos get a damn good football player without breaking the bank and without giving too much of a draft assets away. So from the age and tread on the tire, it made sense. From the production value, it made sense. From the fit behind someone like Dobbins, it made sense. But I didn't realize that. I'm assuming he's a drafted player, so he's on a 4-year contract.
Yeah, he's a 6th-round draft pick.
But something happened with him where he was like designated to practice squad at some point.
He was put on injury reserve too, so it messed up something with just the algorithm, I guess, with how things go on.
Yes,
with the draft picks in the late rounds. And 6 and 7 is just almost like an undrafted free agent. You get a little bit of a signing bonus, but that's just about it. And you have 1 more year on your contract other than an undrafted free agent. So I don't know exactly how they can do it.
Yeah, there's some mechanism, though,
yes,
that you don't have to play out the 4th year if you've been either practice squad too often or whatever. I don't know the rule. But during the middle of the conversation about my guy Chris Rodriguez Jr. and why it would make sense, it came out like, hey, the Commanders aren't going to tender him, and he's going to become a free agent. And within seconds of literally having the conversation, Jordan Schultz announced that he had joined the Jacksonville Jags.
You can't make it up.
You can't make it up. It was literally in the middle of the conversation about Chris Rodriguez Jr., who was my trade target this morning sitting at my kitchen table. And by the way, earlier I'm like, this has happened a couple times now where we are in the middle of a conversation about something in or around Denver or beyond, and news breaks in the middle of that conversation. What was one of them?
Vele.
Yes.
Vele.
Yes. Last year was like, guys, there's no way they're trading Devon Vele. Why would they do that? He's cheap as hell. He's 6'5", big body. He's so productive as a 7th rounder, second most productive 7th rounder in 25 years. And in the middle of the conversation, Vele gets traded, right? So I look like an idiot. I end up getting in a fight with Cecil, right? And you know what the other one was?
No.
It was John Harbaugh butting heads with Lamar Jackson.
You're right.
And in the middle of that conversation, I'm like, man, it feels like, one of these guys is going to have to go.
Exactly. Somebody's out the door.
Would they trade Lamar? And in the middle of that conversation, John Harbaugh gets fired. So here we got a 3-peat there with Chris Rodriguez Jr. So unfortunately, I don't have another good name because he was my guy.
But you know what? 1A for effort.
Thank you.
You were digging deep for that one.
I was trying.
So you should be a scout because obviously you were onto something because right when the Commanders released Rodriguez Jr., he was put back, he was already picked up by the Jags.
In minutes.
And by the way, you brought this up. The Jags were interested in doing a deal with J.K. Dobbins.
Correct.
Which then my guessing is Denver panicked because they wanted Travis Etienne, but they didn't think that Travis Etienne was going to cost that much. They said, no, thank you. So they pivoted. They went back to the guy named JK. JK's like, hey, look, buddy, Jags want me. If you want me to stay, which I do want to be a Denver Bronco, but guess what? You guys have not treated me well because you went to Travis Etienne before you came and got me. So now you're going to have to pay me a little bit more. Denver panics a little bit more and says, you know what? We'll give you something. We'll give you a little something. 2 years, $20 million. We'll give you 8 guaranteed. JK says, just kidding. I wasn't going to go to the Jags. I was just using them. I want to be a Denver Bronco because he said he wants to be a Denver Bronco for life and that he feels like he's always been a Bronco. So now he's here again. He got his money, hasn't played a full season, and yet still getting paid $20 million if everything goes right. And so for the Denver Broncos, they go to JK. The Jacksonville Jaguars pivot, go to Rodriguez Jr.
Yep.
And here we are today.
Man, here we are today. And I'll say this too, and I know there's been some frustration within Broncos country about the lack of activity with outside free agents. And I think that if you were listening close last August, Sean Payton may have revealed his theory sometimes in some windows of time of free agency. This was Sean Payton in training camp talking about free agency.
I don't want to use the parallel, but my parents loved garage sailing. That was their deal. The one thing they enjoyed together. And I think I had 10 couches growing up. right? And so they come home with a new couch, and you'd remove the old one, and you were so excited. It was a sectional until you sat in the left corner and it wiggled, and then you realized why it was a free agent. And so you just have to really do your homework and spend a lot of time on it.
That was Sean Payton drawing a garage sale analogy last summer about this period of time that we're living through in the month of March. And I know in different periods of time under Sean Payton, the Broncos have been more aggressive in free agency. But he might have just, if we're just going to continue with the analogy, the furniture currently in the Broncos' house is different than it was last offseason, 2 off seasons ago, 3 off seasons ago. It's just in a better spot. And not that it's perfect furniture, because some of these sectionals might have a wiggle in it here in Denver. But
what do you always say about perfection? Don't let perfection be the enemy of really good. And my guessing is that's what Sean Payton's thinking when he's going through all this with free agency and that couch. Right? The couch is like, hey, the couch is really, really good. It may have a couple soft spots, maybe a stain right there. I don't know what that is. It's white, but you know what? I'm going to buy it anyway, I guess. But it still works. It works right there.
Yeah.
So
and the price of the current couch in free agency might have been unreasonable considering what they already have in their mind. And again, this was different. His first year, it was super aggressive. It was Mike McGlinchey right out of the gate. It was Ben Powers. Both those guys got big money deals right out of the gate.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember if there was anyone else in that free agency class.
Was it Stidham?
Yes, Stidham.
Stidham got a bag, $10 million to be a backup.
Yep. And then last year was Talanoa Hufanga and Dre Greenlaw and Evan Ingram. And am I forgetting anyone there?
Dre Greenlaw, Evan Ingram, Hufanga. No, those are the
three frontline guys, and all of those were heavily discounted because of the injury history. And so I don't know. I go back to just what I said yesterday. I'm A-okay with how the Broncos. I don't need to open new presents and have new toys just because for the sake of being new.
Well, Denver was 14-3.
Correct.
Bo Nix, they were Bo Nix in a run game that was put together before both of them got hurt, JK and Bo, away from the Super Bowl. So it's like, do you really want to do a bunch of changing around just to do it, just for the fun of it? And also on top of that, it's like, this is why we extended all these players. All right, we extended all these players for the past 2 years so that we didn't have to do a bunch of shopping during free agency. Now, if there's a nice, shiny toy that we feel like fits, we can go ahead and do that.
And you still can.
And it's looking like, Z, they still want a receiver. Out of all the positions, all right, tight end, running back, they're still looking for a receiver. And they were interested in a couple receivers that were out there on the market at the beginning that they end up leaving.
Romeo Dobbs was
being one of them.
Reportedly one of those.
They can still trade for a receiver if they really want one. So there's still time in free agency to get some of the guys that they want. It's just not what the Broncos country wants. It's just not what we want. And that's like this big name or just any type of movement, just so we can talk about a guy and say, hey, we're getting better too.
Yep.
But maybe we're getting better by just staying still with the guys that have been in the room with them in the organization that they feel comfortable with, that if they can stay healthy, can go out there and win 10, 11, 12, 13, or 14 games. I don't know if we're going to win 14 this year. The schedule's just a little bit harder, but 11, 12 games, they need to do something like that again.
Well, we'll see what it looks like. And I just to clarify my thoughts, I'm A-okay outside of I thought they should have done more with the free agent running back position and invest just more. And they apparently were scared off by some of these price tags, allegedly. But outside of that position, I'm okay. I'm okay. Now you got to kill the draft.
9 picks.
9 picks, most since 2021. And they had 2 added here in the last, 48 hours or whatever with compensatory picks. They have now the last 2 picks of the NFL draft. And so they have it's 256 and 257. So they'll have a Mr. Irrelevant pick for the first time since your former teammate, Chad Kelly.
Oh, Chad, Swag Kelly.
Swag Kelly.
Swag surfing on that ass, huh? what he used to say, man.
Gosh almighty. Do you remember he had a song? He made a song for himself.
Oh.
He did.
We might need to play that song.
He did. I remember it well. I used to have it on the iPad, but he was rapping.
Of course.
He was rapping.
That's Chad for you.
And in the little preamble, he's like, Under Armour All-American. Like, and then, it's a wild dude. Okay. There is a lot of hype surrounding the Broncos' potential drafting of Oregon tight end Kenyan Sadiq. But there's one dynamic that hasn't been discussed enough when talking about this tantalizing prospect. That's next.
Tournament time is here, and so is your shot at $5,000. Head to DenverSports.com/bracket to enter our 5K Bracket Challenge, presented by Bryant, Colorado. Think you can pick the perfect bracket? Prove it, but don't wait. Entries close before tip-off on March 19th. That's DenverSports.com/bracket. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Are your investments in the right accounts? What's best, traditional or Roth? Are you receiving all available tax deductions? Are you paying as little in tax as you can? These are all questions you can't afford to get wrong. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth, and in many cases, it's not what you make, but it's what you keep that makes the real difference. Trajan Wealth and Trajan Tax work closely together exclusively. No more guessing about whether you should do a Roth conversion, or if maxing out your 401k is really the best option. Our nationally recognized fiduciary advisors and CPA team work in tandem to make sure your tax strategy works with your investment strategy. We'll even do your tax preparation. One team, one strategy. Isn't it time for a second opinion? Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Jacob's Law and 303 Law 4040, the husband and wife law firm where you don't get passed around to a law clerk or some call center overseas. You always get to meet directly with me and my lovely wife, Kimberly. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040.
You know what I could really go for right now? Literally anything that comes in a McDonald's carton, wrapper, or bag. Or a McDonald's cup. Yes, any of those items, you do it.
And if you could go for a deal, now get free medium fries with the purchase of any hot, juicy Quarter Pounder with cheese or new Big Arch. Just what your cravings ordered. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Sex, intimacy, love. These three things are critical to a good relationship, and that's the problem with erectile dysfunction. It often destroys sexual enjoyment and intimacy. It stresses the love between partners, often to the breaking point. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're suffering with ED, you likely know exactly what I'm talking about. But I also want you to know that ED doesn't have to impact your relationship anymore. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're ED experts with our focus on men's sexual health. We've treated tens of thousands of men and have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. I promise you, if you're like most guys, you can get your sex life back, perhaps even performing like you haven't in years. So if ED is affecting you, it's time to get back to better sex, better intimacy, and deeper love. Call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Brenda Stokely from my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 40 years. They conduct over 150 auctions every year, selling tens of thousands of items at the price you set. Auctions are held regularly for Colorado government agencies, and they always have big-ticket items at great prices. That's why I love Roller Auction. And almost all bidding is conducted online in real time, and it's open to the public. Anyone can participate. Check back regularly. New auctions are added weekly. Be the first to know about new auctions available for bidding when you sign up for email notifications. Go to rollerauction.com/thefan.
Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, Friday through Sunday, National Western Complex. Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, Friday through Sunday, National Western Complex. 18-month interest-free financing. Our factories have demanded we sell 1,000 hot tubs and swim spas this weekend. National Western Complex. Huge factory incentives, factory rebates, this weekend only. National Western Complex. We can remove your old hot tub. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Deep, deep discounts. National Western Complex. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Just relax and enjoy. National Western Complex. Friday, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Free admission, free parking, free delivery. National Western Complex. Call 833-SPA-SALE or visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Is your money doing everything it can for you? Like automatically pushing more of your money to savings every day?
I don't think so.
Then switch to Huntington Bank. And let's get more from money. Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
What's going on, guys? Phillip Lindsay here. Are you facing an unexpected out-of-pocket expense for your new roof? In 2024 and 2025, 37% of insurance storm claims have gone unpaid. Before you commit a costly full replacement, you need to give Roof Restore Denver a call today. Their roof repair and shingle rejuvenation process can save you up to 80% compared to replacing your roof. They're going to restore the essential oils in your asphalt shingles, extend their lifespan, improve durability, and even enhance curb appeal. Plus, every service includes a 5-year transferable warranty. So give Roof Restore Denver a call today at 720-749-9777 or visit roofrestoredenver.com. Again, that's roofrestoredenver.com.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces Fresno State with pregame starting at 6:30.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, bottom half of hour number 4. I want to get into the conversation about Kenyan Sadiq before we preview Nuggets Rockets. Massive game at Ball Arena tonight that I am going to take in person. Should be an excellent environment in downtown Denver tonight.
You going early?
Yes.
Good.
Yep. As soon as I finish up here, I'm going to head right down there. Guys, tournament time is here, and so is your shot at $5,000. Head to DenverSports.com/bracket to enter our 5K bracket challenge presented by Bryant, Colorado. Think you can pick the perfect bracket? Go ahead and prove it. But don't wait. Entries close before tip-off on March 19th. That's DenverSports.com/bracket. Speaking of that, don't we have the Mountain West tournament starting tonight, I believe? Colorado State playing at 7 o'clock this evening.
Here we go.
CU bounced last night from the Big 12 tournament. They were favored to beat Oklahoma State,
yep.
Ended up dropping that game by 9. So their season likely coming to a close unless they accept the invitation from a lower level tournament. Which you might do with young players. I don't know what Tad Boyle's thinking there. But so the conversation about Kenyan Sadiq, all right? Kenyan Sadiq, the dynamics on Kenyan Sadiq have changed here post-combine. Phil, this dude is an absolute freakazoid.
He's an animal. He's an animal when it comes to just being athletically gifted. He ran a 4.39. I ran a 4.35. You mean to tell me I'm a buck 80? I'm 180 pounds. I'm 5'8". Kenyan Sadiq is 6'3", 245 pounds. So
insane.
He's fast, vertical, right? He jumped a 43.5-inch vert.
Insane.
a broad jump, over 11-inch broad jump. So, like, the young man is gifted.
11-foot broad jump.
11 foot.
Yeah.
11 foot, sorry.
I think my son could do 11 inches in the broad jump.
11 foot, yeah. I don't want to shortchange my man. So he's a specimen when it comes to just athletic ability.
Totally.
Like, everybody's going to fall in love with him for what he just did at the combine.
There's no doubt. And we talked about Kenyan Sadiq 3 or 4 weeks ago because I think it was Mel Kiper, Daniel Jeremiah had Sadiq going to the Broncos. Well, there's almost 0% chance Kenyan Sadiq is going to be there at 30 based on what just happened in Indianapolis last weekend at the Combine for all those numbers that you just named. And we were supposed to have this conversation yesterday, and the jumping off point was, and we just got caught up as we often do, and it just gets rolled over to the next day. But the guys in the morning were having the conversation about Kenyan Sadiq, and Mark did a deep dive on Sadiq and was talking about some of his awesome qualities, and I definitely learned a thing or two from Mark's breakdown. But what wasn't mentioned, and really the reason I wanted to talk about it, because the tone of their conversation ultimately ended up with, hey, whatever it takes to get him. Like, if you got to move inside the top 15, go get him. And that is going to likely, from moving from 30 to like the 14th or 13th pick, like, it's going to take next year's first round pick.
Yes.
And that's where I start to get a little bit scared.
Well, you love your picks.
A little bit nervous. Yes,
You
I
want to
do.
keep all of them. You don't want to spend any of the picks. You just want them to just sit there so you can look at them.
I'm actually willing to, like, if you brought this up earlier and I co-signed it, is that if for some reason Kenyan Sadiq falls to 24, which, again, I don't think that's remotely going to happen, but in this fictitious world, if he did, okay, spring, go get him. But if you start talking about mortgaging future picks for Kenyan Sadiq, I get scared, because you want to know what hasn't been discussed enough about Kenyan Sadiq? The guy didn't produce at Oregon. Full stop. He didn't produce. He averaged 40 yards a game in his best season, okay? There have been 29 tight ends taken in the first round since the year 2000. 26 of the 29 produced more than 40 yards a game. A different way to say that, if you picked Kenyan Sadiq or you mortgaged next year's pick and you moved to the 13th, 14th pick, there have been 3 first-round tight ends that have been less productive than Kenyan Sadiq was this past year, since the year 2000, in terms of first-round tight end picks. Down the stretch of last season, Phil, he was completely overtaken by Jamari Johnson, completely and utterly. The bigger the games got, the less featured Kenyan Sadiq was in the game plan.
So you're saying right there that a top 10 pick got his spot pretty much taken.
Oh, it happened. I watched it happen.
But he's still going to be a top 10 pick. That's insane.
Yes,
to think,
because of what kind of freakazoid athlete he is. But if you are so caught up in the level of athleticism, and he's a damn good blocker too. I got all that too, and this is why this guy's going to go in the top 10. I firmly believe that. But you can't get so far removed from the tape. And can you point to a game or two that he had that was good? Yeah, with the number one being his performance against USC was really good. Can you point to a couple plays? Yeah, you can. He's a good athlete, and there's some flashes, some big splash moments. But in totality, 40 yards a game for a guy we're talking about going in the top 10, or we're talking about mortgaging future picks, he's more prospect than player. All right, in 3 college football playoff games, the 3 biggest games of the year, this can't miss first rounder top 10 pick went for 19 yards, 22 yards, and 29 yards. If I asked average football fans, hey, this top 10 pick, how many 100-yard games did he have at Oregon? At Oregon, where there's 5- and 4-star kids at every position, and they have more talent than the opposition every single Saturday.
I would at least say 5 or 6.
He had 0 100-yard games at Oregon. And what is more bothersome to me, especially through the lens of mortgaging future picks, if he's there at 30, I'll take him. You want to move up 4 or 5 spots? I'll do it. Yeah, sounds like you did too. But the longest play of the year was 30 yards. He never had a play longer than 30 yards. By comparison, Jamari Johnson had 4 of those plays that were longer than 30 yards. Kenyan Sadiq had 0 plays longer than 30 yards. And by the way, that 30-yard gain he had was in a 56-10 win over Rutgers. And you're hearing Kenyan Sadiq's name get associated with Brock Bowers and Tyler Warren. They're not even close. They're not even close. Okay, one guy averaged 40 yards a game and about 500 yards in his best season. Brock Bowers was 882 yards a game as a freshman.
That's a bad boy, and he's even better with his haircut. My man's bald and going crazy.
Did he shave it?
Yeah, he shaved it.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
good.
He shaved it. Oh, yeah.
That was a rough look. Even David Allen was like, dude, do something about that.
David Allen needs to do something about that.
Like, I'm hearing his name being associated with Tyler Warren. No, not even close. They don't live in the same neighborhood. Not in the same zip code. Tyler Warren's last year at Penn State was 104 catches for over 1,200 yards. I think that's closer to 3 times the production than even twice the production. So I would be excited if Kenyan Sadiq wound up in Denver. Do I think it's going to happen? Absolutely not. Close to a 0% chance. But I think we got to realize when we have these conversations, let's not forget what actually happened during the football season. And when it came to Kenyan Sadiq, it wasn't a whole heck of a lot.
For sure, Z. But you say, hey, maybe there's a 0% chance of this happening. I don't know. Not so fast. Because if you have a radio guy by the name of Zach Bai that's breaking all this down, that's what those guys in the organization are being paid for, to just focus on the draft, focus on these players, doing a deep dive on them. And if they come up with the same thing you just got done presenting, maybe he does fall to the first round 20th pick. Maybe just falls to the 30th pick to the Denver Broncos because he's more of a developmental first round draft pick. A guy that you're hoping in a couple years can start to really gain ground. A guy that if you have the right guys around him and the right scheme around him, he can flourish. Well, here in Denver, that might be the case. Evan Ingram's here for 1 more year. Adam Trautman, you just signed for a couple more years. So for Sadiq, he wouldn't have to come in and start. You're telling this young man that, hey, look, come here, learn from these pros. We're going to put you in and get you involved in certain plays or utilize your speed that way, stretch the football field, and you can learn that way. So if that happens, and I'm with you, sign me up. If he falls to us,
sure.
Overall, we should take Kenyan Sadiq because of what he's doing and because of everything we have already done. The Denver Broncos, that is, have already secured themselves with extending all these players. So you don't have a bunch of holes to be filled because you just end up doing something with the inside linebacker position with Alex Singleton, Justin Sternad. You bring back the whole tight end room there, the whole tight end room. Mm-hmm. You're not doing something at the running back position right now. So Kenyan Sadiq will be a great addition if he falls to us.
I would love that. I'm just not trading next year's first-round pick and getting inside the top 15 for someone who will be among the 4 least productive first-round tight ends in 25 years.
I'm good off that.
By the way, you know who his stats are eerily similar to? And I'm not saying he's going to be this player, okay? But it's eerily similar. Similar stats. And then the guy went and killed it at the combine and became a first-round pick. But Kenyan Sadiq has less yards and less yards per catch and less touchdowns. Noah Fant.
Oh, let's not have another Noah.
So just keep that in mind. I'm not saying that that's who he is, but it's pretty similar when you
I can see it.
Look at it side by side. But Noah's a freakazoid athlete, moved up the board and all that. Okay. We have a big boy basketball game awaiting us tonight. It's Nuggets and Rockets with playoff implications. What you need to know before tip-off is next.
As we head toward a potentially deep postseason run,
Do the Avalanche have a goaltending decision to make?
Do they have a goaltending controversy going into the playoffs?
Can you count on Blackwood at all?
Because they went to wedgie during the game on Friday and they went right back to wedgie yesterday.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, guys? If joint pain is slowing you down, stop trying to push through it. The professionalism at RegenRx's Denver Clinic is on another level. These guys actually build a real plan for you. I'm talking about Wharton's jelly for damaged joints, shockwave therapy to get the blood flow back going again. They map out exactly what you need. People always ask me, Phil, what should I expect at RegenRx? And I simply say clarity, guys. Everybody deserves some type of clarity. They walk you through every step, they're going to show you the options, and then they're going to even schedule a 6-month booster to keep your results feeling elite. And that's why I send people to regenrx.co. So go check them out for yourself. And listen, the consultation is completely free. You heard me, it's free. Zero risk. If you're dealing with degenerative joints or long-term pain, RegenRx might be the answer for you. So go to regenrx.co, book that free consult, and see if their stem cell therapy is the right move for you. If joint pain is holding you back from work, from the gym, from your kids, don't wait any longer. It's about the quality of life, guys. Invest in your future self so you can stay explosive, stay active, and stay present for your family. Give them a call today at 303-630-9770 or visit them at regenrx.co. Again, that's regenrx.co, and let them know that Phillip Lindsay sent you.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Hey guys, your boy Snake here. Just because it's winter doesn't mean I'm sitting around waiting for the spring. I'm planting the yard, moving dirt, getting things ready for what's next. My friends at Beaux-Arts Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, they're doing their cleaning right now too. It's the Not So Winter event. Between everyday driving, busy schedules, and everything life throws at you, your vehicle works hard. And if you've been thinking about upgrading, now's the time to clean up your driveway and drive something new. Only at Beaux-Arts Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet. The Not So Winter event going on right now.
Bring your visions to life with smart business buying tools and technology from Amazon Business. From fast, free shipping to in-depth buying insights and automated purchase approvals, we deliver everything you need to achieve your goals. Go to AmazonBusiness.com for support.
Here's a tale of Linda trying to lose weight, but the med prices she found were all over the place.
Hidden fees and markups made her jaw drop low. Then she found Good RX. Now she's in the know.
GLP-1 subscriptions FDA approved.
With clear upfront pricing.
And same-day pickup.
That's Good RX, the no-nonsense way. Save time and money on prescriptions.
Get to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
Save $10 on a pair of Rain-X Latitude wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Our professional parts people will even install them for free.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You live in Colorado, you love those mountain views. Well, you want to maximize your window space, your glass space, and you could do that with custom windows. WindowNation.com. WindowNation.com, they're there for you with over 1,500 styles and colors to choose from. And in March, the more you buy, the more you could save. Up to 50% off all window styles right now at WindowNation.com. You can go out there, get your windows done, and enjoy that beautiful Colorado scenery. It's WindowNation.com. Visit WindowNation.com for your free consultation today.
Jacob's Law and 303 Law 4040. I want to tell you about one of the cases I'm most proud of. And it's not because the number is eye-popping, although it is. It's because the clients trusted us to get them justice, and we delivered for them. Our clients were a wonderful couple, weren't looking to get rich. In fact, they kept saying, Dan, we're not looking to set any records here. But they were seriously injured, and despite promising to take care of them, when it came time to do the right thing, the insurance companies played hardball. We set it for trial and wound up getting $8.5 million. Plus, my lovely wife, Kimberly, was able to get all of their medical bills wiped out, putting hundreds of thousands of extra dollars in the clients' pockets. We were proud to help because our clients were good-hearted people who deserved justice. We hope you never need us, but if you do, we are here to help at 303 Law 4040, where you always get to meet directly with me and my lovely wife, Kimberly. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 1043 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan. Denver Sports 1043 The Fan presents The Drive with
What you need to know before tip-off is coming your way in about 30 seconds. But first, Richard Knowles. You could be heading to Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world thanks to 303-LAW-4040. Call us back within the next 10 minutes at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the Superfan Send-Off Grand Prize, a pair of 2-night tickets to the event, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Vegas, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. Richard Knowles. Call us now at 303-713-1043. Guys, if you haven't already signed up, there's still time. Head to denversports.com/superfan and make sure to listen weekdays every hour between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to hear if your name is called. Stopping by to preview tonight's game. It's the scrappy one, the Scrapster, Scrap Peterson. What up, Will?
What up, boys?
We've got a big basketball game tonight. I'm going to be leaving to go downtown soon as we sign off here in the next handful of minutes. Denver is in the 6th seed. The Rockets are in the 3rd seed.
Make that make sense.
The difference between the two teams is 1.5 games. Furthermore, Denver is a game ahead of the Phoenix Suns in the play-in scenario. You don't want to overstate it and say it's a must-win game, but at the same time, it sort of has that vibe, Will.
Yeah, it definitely feels like you got to stop the bleeding here a little bit. It hasn't been real fun to watch the Nuggets for, going on a couple months now. And the Lakers win felt big about a week ago, but at the same time, you got to start stacking those things. You got to back it up. And if you're going to beat Houston tonight, then you can still set your eyes on the 3 seed. You will have the tiebreaker over the Rockets. And we've talked about it. You guys have talked about it. The 3 seed is very important. You want to be on the other side of the bracket of Oklahoma City. You're not going to get to 2. So it's either 3 or 6. Honestly, the sweet spots are 3 or 6. Don't want to be in the play-in either, but it's a massive game. There's no doubt about it.
Phil, what do you think the biggest storyline tonight is?
Biggest storyline for me, at least, is Cam Johnson. What are you going to do? And I know, Will, we went back and forth, and you think, and I don't know, maybe you think even more now, that Cam Johnson should be coming off the bench. But for Cam Johnson, can you get back into some type of rhythm? Or actually, can you try to get into rhythm at all? You haven't ever been in rhythm since you've been with the Denver Nuggets. We need you to come up big for us. We need you to be that floor spacer, like space out that floor for Jokic and have more confidence in your shot. So tonight, can you turn that corner? Because you need a game. You're going to be out there on the floor 25, 26, maybe even 28 minutes. I don't want to see 6 points on the stat sheet. I want to see a couple threes. I want to see you more aggressive or more involved, and with not just shooting the ball, but even defensively, like just put yourself in good situations and get more involved to help this team win tonight.
Well, a name that I'm watching, I think he had his worst defensive performance of the season in the last outing. And it's a tall task, okay, because he was guarding the league's MVP in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But Christian Brown was absolutely filleted the other night. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander looked right through him. Did not even see him, was so demonstrative with how he actually treated CB, saying like, this guy, like pointing at him with the thumb, like, this guy's trying to guard me? Get this guy out of here. And it was a big knock to the confidence. Now, the other layer of confidence offensively. Cam Johnson's having a pretty rough year, right, Will?
Very poor.
He's shooting 40% from 3. Now, in the moments, in these big moments, he's come up just snake eyes, and it feels like he's snake bitten this year. Now think about, that's how we're talking about Cam Johnson shooting 40%. Christian Brown is shooting 27% from 3. 27%. This is a guy they just picked to pay $25 million a year.
That's bad, man.
27%. It's problematic because, he plays a position called shooting guard and hasn't been able to shoot the basketball. That's a name that I'm zeroing in on tonight, Will.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot to unpack there. SGA hit 2 daggers, but the first one he pushed off on CB. He did. I'm not saying it's going to get called, but he pushed off.
It's never going to get called.
And then second, it's what I told you guys 3 months ago. CB's got to go back to the old look, man. You guys are talking about Brock Bowers shaving it? Christian's got to shave that beard, grow that hair out, bring the baby face back. He was a much better basketball player when he looked that way.
Will just solved Christian's problems.
I mean, seriously, think about his He doesn't look like the same dude.
Go back to the old ways, huh?
And his basketball has fallen off.
In years previous, he's always doing his hair, running his hand through his hair, like nonstop. I thought it was a good move, shaving it, but maybe you're right. I'm up to try anything at this point. Anything.
He needs to go back to the bouncer saying, "You gonna show me some ID? Because there's no way you're 21 years old." That's the look he needs.
There we go.
All
there
right.
we go, Will.
We'll see how it looks tonight. I like Denver tonight. I'll take the Nuggets to win. This team has always shown a propensity when the dauber is the lowest, they bounce back. I think that happens tonight against the Rockets. I'm headed to the game. If you see me, say hello. We'll step aside for now. Talk to you guys tomorrow at 2 o'clock. It's Denver Sports Tonight coming up next.
After an underwhelming start to free agency, have the Broncos put enough help around Bo Nix?
Where's this big move? You're not good enough. I want to emphasize that for everyone out there. And this is with a great love and adoration for George Payton and Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos. You are not good enough on the offensive side of the ball yet.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Everything is getting more expensive. Gas, groceries, and especially rent, which can go up every single year. But as a homeowner, you have a secret weapon. While the world gets pricier, a fixed-rate mortgage stays exactly the same. That stability isn't just peace of mind, it's your family's financial foundation. American Financing understands home ownership creates wealth. Every monthly payment builds equity and stacks your net worth on autopilot. It's how the middle class actually wins the long game. Your home is a flexible asset. You can live in it, rent it out for passive income, or pass it down to your children. Renting gives you none of that. American Financing salary-based mortgage consultants can help you get pre-qualified with no upfront fees. Call American Financing today and get a pre-qualification letter in 24 hours or less. Call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net. Secure your rate, build your wealth, and get the cash you need. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement